I'm taking him downstairs now. You know who I am.
We are here again. We're worse under Amorim than we are Ten Hag. No manager bounce. Where is it? Get it out of your heads, mate. Nah, real talk, man. Top five, mate.
We've lost to Wolves 4-2. This is really nice. This is Lotus. This is Lotus Biscoff. And then this is,
I can't wait to see you explain this to a fucking Suffolk County jury, you fucking cocksucker. This is gonna be fucking fun.
We have lost to a Wolves side that we didn't even have.
What is it with people overshooting their load?
This will fucking kill me.
People shooting their load.
This fucking kill me.
The uncomfortable conversation has to be that this manager, right now, what we are seeing right now, has made us worse. Nah, fair play.
Wow.
Fair play.
No, I enjoyed that a lot.
Masterpiece. It was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. I can't lie. It was worth the wait, man.
Wow.
Yo, jeez.
That is genius.
Very
shit.
nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Big up,
Very
big
nicely
up.
done.
Yeah, man.
Very nicely
You
done.
lot complaining in the chat. You know
I
what
was
I mean?
like, who's gonna be next in the lift? Do you know what
Bro,
I'm
I
saying?
was insane, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro.
Wow. Steve
Oh
will be
my
back.
day.
People, I'm sure his computer just disconnected, but welcome back to the Big Six. Welcome back. Steve is here. He just, I don't know, he must have glitched out, but he'll be back. How are we feeling? It seems like a silly question. There's only one win on the panel. I'm sure Arsenal fans are more thinking about Madrid anyway. Everybody else picking up poor points. What are we saying, boys? We good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm a bit tired at the moment, but I'm good. Very good.
Yeah, man.
What's good about you? What's good about you?
I'm good on a personal note. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
asking
for-
you. I'm not asking about your team. I never talk about your team. Your team.
Yeah, I'm all good.
What's good about
just
you?
came
What's
back-
good about you?
Yeah, just came back from a lovely wedding in
Okay.
Portugal. I got
Okay.
a 4-day work week, then
Okay.
off work for
4-day
4
work.
days.
Yeah, 4-day work.
Yeah, because it's back. It's Good Friday. Then next week off to Ghana. I'm good, man. Life is good.
Boys, we know he's still got his laptop out. Boys, you know when he's got a
Life is
4-day week,
good.
we know he's still working, innit? He's still
I
working.
am still working, but
I
to be
told
fair,
you,
I'm
I
doing
told you.
feedback.
Wow.
I'm doing feedback.
My God.
You don't stop. You don't stop.
Grind don't stop, man. The grind don't
They've
stop.
got him by the bollocks, honestly.
Yeah,
But big up SAEED, big up Grizz, big up Toes,
Yeah,
and
big up,
special
man.
guest Spavs in the building as well, here to take us through the Madrid week as well. Listen, this is going to be it, people. don't start, please. It's early doors. Don't start. He's not even fit. He's not even available. He's not even playing. Surely he's not a topic of discussion today. Where do we start? Where do we start? There's a lot of goals this weekend. There's a lot of goals in the Tottenham game, Man United game, City game, my game. Goals galore, people. Do we start at the top of the table? Do we start at the bottom?
I think we should start at the top of the table, man.
I don't know, man.
Personally, for me, anyway.
Why do you keep putting this up?
We should give
Oh,
respect.
no,
to the guys at the top.
I think we should start with the. I think we should start with the most shocking result of the weekend because it wasn't Man United getting spanked by Newcastle. It wasn't us conceding 4 to Wolves.
You know what?
It was,
Yeah.
was-
You know what, man?
it was the pride of London
Yeah.
dropping points at home to Ipswich. I thought Tottenham were the only London club that would drop points at home to Ipswich, but clearly Chelsea are trying to outclown Tottenham.
Wow.
So
Boy.
what's going on?
Can I before you go? Like, did you have a trim and everything after the game, or did you have it? I just want to know. I just want to know.
It's not a midlife crisis.
Minute, Toads.
It's not a midlife crisis. It's pre-mid.
Answer the
Halfway.
question. Answer the
25%.
question.
It was before. I was prepping. I
was gonna say.
I was prepping. Yeah.
Fresh.
As host, I thought I was gonna be able to dictate, but you know, it's fine. I'll just get on possession at the moment.
We all playmakers in this team. You already know.
Yeah.
We're all
As I can see, Steve's not here to bail me out as well. He's just popping back in now. It was a pretty disgraceful result. I'm not gonna lie to you. it's one of those results that cost you Champions League football. You don't qualify for the Champions League, even with 5 places, an extra spot, thanks to Arsenal, and thanks to the other teams in Europe, with a result like that. You can't pick up 1 point out of 6 against Ipswich. It's crazy. They were already relegated. They lost to Wolves the week before in a must-win game. They had Liam Delap on the bench, their most potent attacker on the bench. Amari Hutchinson, not even in the squad. You know what I mean? I was taking a mick before the game, watch along. I was doing all sorts, broadband on the bench. You know what I mean? I was saying all sorts with Clarks and naming all their players, saying, you know what I mean? Wage cuts are coming because they're going back down to the Championship. I was living life. I thought, yeah, this is going to be a quick, clean sweep. It's going to be an easy win. And I actually thought, you know, the games coming up after this were going to be the ones that were problematic. And we just, first 10, 15 minutes, created loads of chances, didn't take any of them, and left the door open for Ipswich to just sucker punch us twice in the throat. Just pow, pow, straight down the gob. And I was shell-shocked. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. The quality of defending, and I know TOBS is smiling because Cucurella on the back post for the second goal, Levi Colwell and Tosin in particular for the first, not tracking their man, not organizing that defense. Sanchez was having maybe problems with the crowd because the way he plays out, he basically passes to opposition players. I've said he's a bit colorblind today. That's my observation. He doesn't really know what shirt he's trying to pick out. So then you've got home section of supporters cussing, booing, jeering, whatever it is. That's putting more pressure on the players. I think Jamie Carragher did some analysis on Monday Night Football. He said, as soon as we did, we played short, turned over the ball, they had a chance. And then the next time we go long this time, which is what the crowd really wanted, we then end up conceding on the transition when we lose the first header because we can't win aerial duels in the attack, which everybody knows. Everybody knows when this team crossed the ball, they can't win an aerial duel. Everybody knows there's no focal point. Everybody knows there's no height in the attack. And fair play to the, not Cole Palmer in goal for Ipswich. He had a man of the match performance, really, or borderline. The man made loads of saves, world-class saves. On another day, we maybe win that game 4-2. We didn't. We created loads. We've created loads and loads of chances. I think I saw a statistic, we're second highest for chances created, big chances created in the league, but the conversion is absolutely horrendous. We're not clinical. We miss so many chances. Jackson didn't have a shot on target. Cole Palmer's shooting's gone absolutely, it's gone to the pits of hell. He looks like he strikes the ball just like anybody else in the team now. It's nothing special. Neto overhitting his crosses. Madueke shooting off. Chances were created that had to be taken. They weren't taken. And in the end, this team and this club, they're going to find themselves in Europa League football after all the money spent. No sponsorship because they were saving for Champions League. They wanted the Champions League offer to come in. It's not going to come. They're not going to get the Jordan Kit deal. They're in a whole heap of shit because you can't not qualify for Champions League. It's unacceptable. So it's going to go down as a poor season. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't even care about the goals. As far as I see that as a loss. Cucurella scores, cool. That's a box crash for him. Why are we relying on a fullback to score? Sancho scores his first goal at Stamford Bridge. It's April. You're still going back to United.
Jesus Christ.
I'm still sending you back.
It was a nice goal, though. It was a nice goal, to be fair, though.
Yeah, but it means nothing. I'll be honest. It doesn't mean anything. There's no way they're going to Forest, going to Newcastle, Liverpool at home, even Fulham away next week, Everton at home. I can't pluck out more than 2 wins out of the next, 6 games? Whatever it is. 5, I don't know. So, yeah, 6 games. So I don't know if anybody else watched it. This is your opportunity if you want to dunk because we're wide open.
Of course, we didn't watch it. Why would we? Why would we waste our time watching?
Well, hold on. Not from the start, but when you saw we was 2-0 down, I thought you of all people would have been straight on the controller to watch that.
You know,
He was I think at one point.
Huh?
Same time. I think they were 2-0 down at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. We'll get to you in a minute. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute. Do you know what I mean?
I'm good, bro. It's fine.
You're not, but you know.
I am good.
I was bemused by your coach's yeah, you're right. I didn't watch it. You know, like Toby says, what the fuck, man? We're gonna watch Chelsea for. But your manager said something about the crowd influencing the way the players played,
Yeah.
basically saying that they shit themselves,
Mm.
and that's why they conceded it, conceded the goal they did. What's your thoughts on that, man? Like, who has to be strong enough here? The players, the coach? Does the crowd have to get adjusted to the Maresca ball? You know, there's a whole heap of shit going on there, man. It's like,
Well,
that's like, he's not. It's not like it's his first game of the season or second game.
no.
You know, they should be accustomed to his style. So if he's playing from the back every single game, why are your fans still so impatient and saying, "Get it up there, hoof it, get it up there"? Have you still got that old school mentality there?
There's a combination of things going on here. First of all, Chelsea historically are not that type of team. We haven't, like, historically, that's not what we're known for. We're like, you know, sucker punch, get it up the pitch quickly. You know what I mean? Good defensively, resolute. We've been terrible defensively for the last God knows how many seasons now. Last season was like our worst defensive season in Premier League history. So the fans are already rattled. So I don't believe you should be trying to dictate or blame the fans, in my personal opinion, because they're the ones paying their money. They're the ones committing their livelihoods around this football club. They're here after you, before you, right? And you need to understand their frustrations are not just with the current team and the current performance and Sanchez in goal and the defenders not being equipped, because you can say we're trying to play out from the back, but when Sanchez is giving away the ball constantly and he's not able to do what you're asking him, then, you know, you need to change. You need to adapt to the player you have, because he's not good enough to do what you're asking him to do. You didn't want to start Jorgensen consistently. As soon as you got him in the team, you hooked him straight back out. Everybody, a blind man can see we need a new goalkeeper. But when you spent over £1 billion and the Chelsea team has been awful for like 3 months now, on top of poor the season before, where they were 10th for 80% of the season, on top of the season before in 12th, I'm sorry, the fans have every right to boo, because people need to understand that this is not acceptable. Damn right, the fans are disgruntled. Damn right, their patience is running thin. You are throwing money down the toilet. You're not getting the quality that you should be getting for the money that you're paying, and you're just burning money at this point. And then you're going to come with the excuses, oh, we've run out of funds. Oh, we don't have money to actually buy what we need. Oh, the spine's still not fixed. Oh, you still don't have another striker for Jackson. Jackson's missing a catalogue of chances. Everybody knew that Jackson's finishing wasn't up to scratch when he came back from injury. They didn't do anything in January. They didn't bring in a midfielder back on loan in January. They haven't done anything to try and improve this team in the last window after a pretty crap summer the window before. They're loaning out players 6 months after they've just... The Chelsea board and the directors do not get to hire someone from the Championship last year, fast track them, and then just because that person is still learning and developing, and I understand Maresca's a rookie, and I'm not blaming him, I'm blaming the people above him. But that doesn't mean that our standard has to drop to the level that he's currently operating at as a manager. That's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm not really asked about the fans booing, to be honest. I think people need to get a grip. This is football. Of course you're going to get booed. What do you think this is? It's Ipswich at home. It's Ipswich at home.
Facts. You're right. Listen, I don't know what I was thinking, Matisse. I'm sorry, man, about this third. And I was thinking, you know what, man? Chelsea have got a chance here. Because I see Nottingham Forest lost. I was like, yo, Matisse, third's available. I just don't know if they're making this, you know, this top five, you know. Cole Palmer's form is concerning, guys, man. I'm watching the game and he just doesn't look himself. Every shot's getting blocked. You know, he's not getting involved in the game as much as he needs to be. I don't know if it's burnout. I don't know if it's just, is he better centrally now? Our players now started to crowd him out and kind of like, you know, double up on him. Is he better on the right-hand side? They've got to get Palmer, like these last couple of games, because I don't see anyone else. Madueke, yeah, cool, he got the crossing. Sancho, obviously, you know what I mean, is doing it more so in the Conference League, but they've got to get Palmer, man. They've got to get back into his form, because without him performing, who's gonna be the main talisman? You know, and that's the worry for Chelsea fans, is that, you know, Maresca, is the system suiting him? Is it? I don't know. Is he happy with what's going on right now? You know, like, you are creating chances. Don't get me wrong, but still, Cole Palmer is a shadow of a player. We know what player he is. He's a brilliant footballer. We're just not seeing it enough at Chelsea now. It's not good.
There was a stat that I saw that I can't remember exactly how many shots it was, but he's on the longest run of shots taken without scoring.
Yeah,
than anyone in the Premier League, like, and
Yeah,
it's
he's
by
not
quite a margin. So
He's not shy.
the thing is with Palmer, he's still getting into now.
Yeah,
Some
he
people
is.
say Some people will say he's out of position. He shouldn't be on the left. He should be on the right. I personally have always believed he's positionally versatile. He can float. He can create damage on the left. He can create damage on the right. He's played sometimes in the right half space, cutting on his left foot, and he's still not connecting with the ball and shooting cleanly. So there has to be some responsibility placed on Palmer to say, you're not shooting as well as you was. You didn't put your penalty away when you missed it the last one. He's, I think, not far off his goal tally last season, non-penalty goals. He's still creating just as many chances as he created last season. They're not being converted, so his assist is not high. So there's a lot of context that goes into Cole Palmer. I'm worried, like you just said, about the form now, because it's gonna mess up our whole season. But I'm not in doubt about the quality of the player. I think he's just lost all confidence now.
I don't know. Steve will know much more on this in terms of why exactly. We know he wanted to move from City, but in terms of how Pep would have seen him, Steve, I've come to the conclusion, right? Cole Palmer is probably best suited, because obviously we all have this debate about Cole Palmer's position. I think of a striker. I think give him a free role and you have to build a team around him, at least an attack around him. I think he's that kind of player. He's that, he's that talented. No. But there's the difference. I was going to come to the point. The point is he hasn't got an efficient or a consistent striker to play off. So I think he can play left, right, or centrally, but not as the main target man, if you know what I mean. Off a striker and give him a floating role. You know, the old school Zola role type thing. Do you remember the old Bergkamp, the old Zola?
You're right in what you say. You're right in what you say there.
And I don't think Pep would have given him the keys to the kingdom like that.
The way I see Chelsea, I'll be honest with you, I just see a mismatch of players all just thrown together. Yep. I don't see a team. I don't see a structure where they're going to play a certain way of football. And like Grizz just said, if you've got Cole Palmer, you have to have players that complement Cole Palmer. You can't just throw Cole Palmer in and say, well, Cole's great. He's going to drag us to this. He's going to drag us to that. A, he's too young. B, he's not experienced enough because he was at City. He was only a bit part player. But like you say, you've got to have a football club have got to have a 25, 30 goal striker, in my opinion. 100%. Chelsea Football Club have got to have a world-class centre-back partnership, in my opinion. Chelsea Football Club have got to have a midfield. I don't know, SAEED or Fernandez are getting there. They've got to have someone where you think we're going to have a tough day today against these lot. Look at the spine of the team. They've always had a spine, Chelsea, where you know, they add to the spine, and that's the way they play. At the minute, it seems every player that comes available, they're linked with, we'll get him. Oh, Sancho he fell out with United, we'll grab him. Disassi, let's buy him and then loan him out. And it just looks a mess. It just does. It doesn't look structured to me. And like you say, I think the season you've had for what I'm seeing is not as bad as you think. I thought it was going to be a disaster because I looked at it and I thought this lot are just thrown together. They've got no cohesion. They're going to be fucked. So, yeah, it's a bad season, but you're there or thereabouts. But I can't see you getting Champions League.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Steve. If this team fall off to like a 6th, 7th place finish behind, say they finish 6th behind Nottingham Forest, above Villa, behind Newcastle, I think that is a disaster because those teams haven't, you can't be spending that amount of money and then you're just in and around Newcastle's and Villas.
Chelsea do get away with that money thing a lot because I feel like if City or United or even Liverpool had spent that, I feel like, or Arsenal had spent that, everyone would be on the neck all the time. 2 billion this, 2 billion that. And I think it's just like nobody thought there was a threat, so everyone just dismissed it. Like, oh, it's Chelsea, they're throwing money around, whatever. But I just look at the team and I feel like there's no team. It's just, on paper, it looked good, but there's no team. You don't see anyone you just don't see that Chelsea spirit where you used to go Chelsea and Stamford Bridge, you're having a tough game, Drogba, John Terry, all these boys, Carvalho. It was a fucking game. Now you're thinking, we can get at these. And like you say, Ipswich are going there and getting at you. These games where you think you're going to win, they're not going to win. And I feel like a lot of the players have down tools. I feel a lot are on big, fat contracts. They're sat there thinking, fuck this guy. He's paying me whatever a week. I'll just do what I want here. There's nobody getting Chelsea by the scruff of the neck and saying, hold on, this is Chelsea Football Club. We need to get rid of these fucking idiots because Saudi Arabia and all that bailed Chelsea out a couple of years ago, buying Koulibaly and all these players that nobody wanted. They got a lifeline. And then TOBS came in and thought it's fucking Championship manager and starts going, boom, we'll have him, we'll have him, we'll have him, we'll have him. And then they've grabbed Maresca and, like you say, Championship manager and gone, yeah, you get in there, you make us play. And I think he's probably out of his depth. I don't think it's his team. I don't think he can cope with it. And I just feel like it's a big fucking mess.
They were a team full of captains, leaders, Premier League icons, right? And every single one of them could have been a captain in their own right. Since the retirement of Silva, what's left there, guys?
That's what I mean.
Who'd you looking at? He was the last of the Mohicans, so to speak. Like, he was the last of the, like, he's a real one. Like,
real Chelsea.
Real Chelsea. Like, yeah.
And they've got these young kids that are on Strasbourg and they're brilliant, but would you trust them to come back and be looked after the right way? If they brought Maresca because of this youth thing and because of what he did at City with under 23s, or are we going to get somebody else in now to gel all that together? Because I don't think Maresca, I'll be honest, I don't think it's too big for him. It's too big for him.
Well, I think it's too big for him. Sorry, last point from me, and then you go. It's too big for him, Steve, and the rest of you guys. It's too big for him if Chelsea's expectations are to be back at the top quickly.
Yeah, it's too big for him.
Yeah, if they're going to start booing him after 30 minutes, right? And I'm not saying they're right or they're wrong, Matisse, but what I'm saying is mentality-wise, if the mentality of the fan base has to be right, we brought him in for the long term. He's going to develop this side, the youngsters and everything. That's what he's about, coaching. Let's just, I know fans hate it, but let's just leave it for a season or two.
Hold on.
And let him build it. But Chelsea are not that club.
So this is the issue, right? This is the issue. You can't project, and I'm not saying you, Chelsea Football Club cannot project to the fan base, we are building long term, and then you sign players that are irrelevant 6 months later. When other clubs have done the long term project properly, every single signing has made sense for the manager. You don't sign João Felix and then the manager doesn't use João Felix. You don't sign Renato Vega and then the manager doesn't use Renato Vega. And then it's like, oh, which one's right? Which one's wrong? We signed the players, but you won't use him. Then why did you hire him if he's not going to use the players you're signing for him? For him. This is last summer. They brought these players, Shrewsbury Halls, all these players in the same summer that he came in, and they're all redundant. They're all redundant under him. And then you sold Lewis Hall, right? Who's a great talent. You rate him. Livramento, long-term project, right? So it's not making sense. That's the problem. It's not making sense. It doesn't make enough sense for people to get on board. There's too much confusion. The two directors, if you wanted a youth project led by an elite level person who's done it before, you sack these two directors yesterday and you bring in Luis Campos at PSG, who's not tied up. You bring that man in who's actually done it at Monaco, at Lille, now at PSG. That's something people can trust. That's a football man at the top level who knows how to bring in young players, maybe under your restrictions. He'll assess the manager and he can make the judgment. I would actually respect that decision, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So, people are going to have their opinions.
Matisse, I hear what you're saying, and that is definitely the long-term issue for Chelsea. But then when you look at the short term, like the results, the performances from Chelsea, like I know that we know that the team's a bit unbalanced. You ain't got cover for Caicedo, you ain't got another striker, but come on. Like, and I'm not saying you're excusing it. I'm saying that, like,
no, they should have beat Ipswich, bro.
The players and the manager need to be held accountable. It's not even just the fact that they drew to Ipswich. If you look at some of the results as well, like no goal against Brentford, they scored one goal against what was quite frankly a shocking Tottenham performance, and you only beat us by one goal, right? Losing 1-0 to Arsenal away, barely even put up a fight at the Emirates. Like, the performances, along with the results that this current iteration team of Chelsea are getting, they're not good enough. They're actually pants. And it does not, like, to your point, it doesn't bode well for the fixtures you have left. So that's why when the Chelsea fan says they're not going to get top 4, top 5, you can't really begrudge them for saying that, because it's like, what can they cling on to say, yeah, we're definitely going to get it? Jackson's not scoring. Palmer's not scoring. The manager's not really setting up the team properly. He's making weird decisions with his lineups. He's making weird decisions with his substitutions, right? Chelsea all season have not been good defensively, in my opinion, as a unit.
No.
The goalkeeper's a mess. I look at that Chelsea team and I'm like, yeah, we can talk about the long-term the long term stuff in the summer, but the short term, they're underperforming. They're massively underperforming. Like Enzo, Caicedo, Colwell, Cucurella, Palmer, Neto, like they're underperforming, bro. They're literally underperforming.
100%, bro. For me,
No,
Champions League or bust.
The thing is, right, we all predicted what Chelsea finished 5th this season. I think most of us did, didn't they?
I think I had 5th.
I had them 4th.
4th. So it's like, listen, they're not far off the predictions, but I think it's the manner and the way they're playing more than anything, man. It's like you still need a little bit of thought, even though you can be. It's about the person who could be the most consistent out of a bad bunch of it. Do you know what I mean? Like City found a way. I know we'll get on City later on, but they found a way. Can Chelsea find a way though? Like, I know they scraped wins against Tottenham and whatnot, but I just feel like for me, it's like, can they play ugly and still win? You know, can they find these wins now? Can they? Are there too like? There's too many players, like TOBS says, that are off form. Too many, like too many. Your leading strikers missing them chances. I'm like, bro, what's going on here, man?
Bro, our biggest goal threats are Cucurella, who scored the most goals this calendar year, and then Enzo Fernandez. This is the 2 players you'd look to and say that tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you need to know.
The Palmer one as well. Sorry, the Palmer one. The guy's just playing crap. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
he's just playing crap. He's just playing crap.
I do think people are doing too much like brain surgery on this one. I do think he's just not playing well.
Yeah,
he's not playing well. He gets chances to make a difference with the shooting. He doesn't put the ball away. Neto, my word, he's been horrible at Chelsea. 60 million, says J-Ball TV.
Yeah,
nobody speaks enough on that, you know.
No, and I have to hold my hands up. I would
that's a stinky one.
I was gutted when he went to Chelsea. I thought, oh man, we've missed a trick there. Obviously, since the injuries, we didn't know what he was quite like, but City took the risk and 60 million. Guys, there's a question to be asked. Is he one of the flops? Like top for 60 million?
Absolutely.
Guys, there's a conversation. Top
Absolutely.
10?
He's up there. He's up there this season. It's a big, I think, because it wasn't even 60. I think it was like 53 million. But even still, when you look at the production or lack of the lack of consistency, the lack of just quality that Chelsea need from a player who's actually he's got the fundamentals of a good player, but he's like a fish out of water at this level when it comes to certain games, because it's like he wants to do the same thing over and over, and it's like teams don't really give him that space in transition that he was.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he suits transition and counter.
Doesn't really get it. Like
he wants to cross to an aerial threat, and he doesn't have that as
all
well.
The time. And to be honest, he's more of a provider. He seems like more, even at balls, he's more of a provider than a scorer. But it's like when you carry that price tag as a wide man in the Prem, especially playing for a team like Chelsea, you got to put some numbers. Like you got to put some numbers up. You got to score some goals. Like, and if you're going to get the assists, you got to be smashing the assists. Like, how many assists has he got for you this season?
But do you know what? Everybody's assist is going to be down because the conversion is awful. Like the finishing is so bad. So people are creating chances, but the finishing is shocking. And then a couple of goals he's had, he's been shushing fans and shit. And I'm just like, bro,
he's got 4 assists in the Premier League. 4 assists.
Read the room. So
4 assists, 3 goals. So
everybody's assists is down, man. But yeah, Palmer is Liverpool's Cam is the dream for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely love him in the 10 for us. Honestly, he'd be sensational.
Right, you got Szoboszlai. You don't need him.
I know, but I don't see Szoboszlai as a 10.
He's back up, innit?
You don't listen to me when I speak?
Interesting.
Soleil says Alex Palmer to Chelsea or Man United. He's very good. I've not been watching him, but I'm not taking Ipswich goalkeeper right now. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care how well he's been playing. I don't need this. I don't need this right now. I've already got enough goalkeepers, man. Would you take him, SAEED?
Brother, we're living in Ramsdale today, man. I don't know
because of the masterclass.
But I don't know, man. I want Chevalier, man, from Lille, man. That's what I want.
Why isn't Nkuku the bigger flop than Havertz? Both 10s who played as a striker, but Chelsea fans told us to wait for him to come back after his injury. He is a bigger flop than Havertz, by far.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, I didn't.
Overall for Chelsea,
For Chelsea, yeah, Nkunku's he's flopped. He's not done
100%. He's flopped. 100%.
Bro, Havertz delivered them the Champions League, bro.
Yeah.
I think he means Havertz at Arsenal, but at least
Yeah, I
Havertz
think
at Arsenal he's been durable. He's apart from now.
He scored goals, got an
Until
assist.
now, he's scored goals. He's done something. So yeah, it's
Baz
not
woke-
even
See how Baz woke up now? Is he here? He's like, yo,
Sorry, bro. I'm lucky to even be here, bro. You don't know what happened on Friday night. I'll tell you that.
Do you want to tell him? Do you want to tell him what happened? If he was telling me backstage, or you want to leave it?
What happened on Friday night?
what happened?
My
If you don't
car
want to say it,
swerved out. I end up in the bushes. Had a little car crash.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, bro. I'm lucky to
Ah.
even be here right now.
bro, thank
Wow.
God, man, you're alive, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck,
Thank
man?
God, man. That's crazy. How did it happen?
Literally, the car just lost traction on the back and just spun out into the bushes.
Shit.
Bismillah.
Bro, you know when you started off, I ended up in the bushes, man. You didn't need to start off the sentence like that, man. You should have just
Yeah, I
said
thought.
But I've been trying to just let it go, innit? Like, it is what it
I
is. I'm
thought
here.
Babs in the bu- I thought
Oh,
Babs
man.
in the bu- I thought Babs in the bushes. Yeah, where's this going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that stuff will shake you up 100%. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. It wakes you up. It wakes you
Yeah,
up.
it does. It definitely does, bro. It's a mad moment.
Has anyone else had a car crash? I had a bad car crash once. I flipped the car on its roof.
Whoa.
On the motorway, right? And I landed in the outside lane, so I'm upside down, strapped in. The airbags have gone off in it, and when an airbag
Yeah,
goes
airbags
off,
are
like
crazy.
gunpowder in it, so it blows on you. So my skin's burning, and then I'm in the outside lane, and I'm thinking, any minute now, so I'm getting ploughed into here. So I didn't know whether to get out of the car or stay in the car. And then I started to panic because there's smoke coming out of the car. So I managed to get out, and then I had to kick the window out to climb out. But as I climbed out, a truck had pulled across the motorway, blocked the whole motorway. And then I came out of there, and then I was like, fucking hell. And out of adrenaline, I ran to the hard shoulder, and then I realized that I was fucking covered in cuts, glass, everything. Car was mashed. And it was like, man, I was lucky then. I was
The
like,
adrenaline
and that
rush
was,
after is crazy.
that was going through,
You
when
don't
you
know where you
aquaplane
are.
and you go through water. I went through water, and then and the car just lost it. And then obviously you're trying to turn into the crash, and you just lose it. It hit the central reservation and flipped. But
I've had-
it was bad.
I've been in a passenger seat. My ex is trying to change the song. I don't know why I'm in the car with this girl in the first place. She's not looking at the road, and it's wet. She's lost control of the car. It span onto the other side of the you know, those like, they're fast roads, but they're not dual carriageways. They're like, 2 lanes each. Luckily, there's no traffic on the other side. It's spun over there, and luckily there's no oncoming traffic. Otherwise, it would have been lights out for everyone. But when that car stopped, I was just like, yo.
I had a nasty
stick me out.
experience. I had a nasty experience go-karting in North London with the Big Six. When SAEED tried to, that was my
Don't say this, man.
when-
Bro, we want to see that video, man. Don't say that. Because I've got stories to say as well. So, yeah.
Uncle drives nice though, safe. Don't disturb me. I'm not here to race.
I don't know about safe, but yo,
I was doing safety laps.
Bro.
Nah, I'm so pissed off at someone.
Video
man.
out soon, people. Video out soon.
Yeah,
if you haven't
video out
subscribed to the
soon,
channel,
I
put your
swear, no.
notifications on.
But
Big
Matisse,
Six go karting.
back on Chelsea. Where are you at with? I know you're
No,
pissed off.
man,
with
ban
things.
Chelsea. 40
No.
minutes on
I
Chelsea.
just got one more
Get out
question.
of here, man. Get out of here.
I got one more question.
Calm down.
Shit topic.
Calm down.
I got one more question. Calma. Maresca, if he doesn't get Champions League, that's him done for you, gone in the summer?
No, not necessarily. Directors.
Really?
Yeah, directors.
No.
directors.
You, not them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I said not necessarily for me because I'm looking at the directors' squad building. I'm looking at the directors' hires and their appointments. I'm not trusting them to hire the next person. So I want the directors sacked. If we don't make Champions League, I would like them sacked anyway. And then the person that comes in as a director, Campos, my choice, I would like him to make the decision on the manager. Because that's who should really be deciding who the next manager is the new director, not the current directors. You sack the directors first, then you look at the manager with the new director. That's the order it should be done in. If they sack the manager first and these directors get another shot, not interested. Last super chat on this is Caicedo team of the season. Man is running a criminal enterprise. Bruh, listen, we'll see what the season says at the end, but for me, he's in there. He was on a yellow card. If he'd got a yellow card against Ipswich, he would have been suspended, I think, for 2 games. So that's probably why he was running it a bit close. I think top 4 race may as well stay on the topic because we obviously lost ground. Man City took full advantage. Obviously, you played before us, but yeah, 5-2 win. Steve against Palace. Newcastle won as well. They got a game in hand. Forest lost to Everton. So, how you feeling? How was the game? What's your mood like now?
10 minutes into the game, 20 minutes into the game, it was fucking one of disbelief. I was just stood there. I looked at the team selection before the game. A few people were moaning lack of width. You know, all the old boys were back out. So we were like, what's he doing with his team lineup? Rico Lewis was back in. And then Palace put it on us a bit. We find ourselves 2-0 down. And I'll be honest, if they scored a third, which was offside, if that third goes in, we're dead because the crowd was getting a bit wild, as you can imagine. And then obviously De Bruyne, with the news come out he's leaving, so he sort of gripped the game by the scruff of the neck with a free kick. He hit the post just before that, and then we find ourselves 2-2 at half time. And then I think I sort of knew then that they finally got their act together. You know what I mean? Palace were a little bit deflated, thinking, you know what, we on 2-0 up, we're in dreamland. With 2-2, and then second half we come out and we just battered them. You know what I mean? We turned the screw a little bit. A lot of people were calling Pep before the game. Obviously, when you go 2-0 down, people like to moan. People walking past me going, fucking, I'm going to the bar and all that. But we turned it around. And a big part of that was Kevin De Bruyne. And now you're getting the people coming out the woodwork saying, oh, fucking hell, maybe you shouldn't let him go. You know what I mean? He's had an hernia for 6 weeks. Apparently, he's been playing with that or something. But nah, I mean, it's all right doing one performance in 10. It's not the Kevin De Bruyne we know. You know what I mean? It's all right coming in and listen. If he would willing to accept that role and maybe sit on the bench and come in every now and then on a pay cut, you'd probably keep him. But he's not going to do that. You know what I mean? He's going to go somewhere and play. But we did all right, and like you say, we've got no Haaland at the minute. We have changed our style a little bit. He is not playing with these wingers. He's playing very, very narrow, keeping the ball in there. Nico Gonzalez, I thought, had a decent game. And yeah, we got there in the end, but it could have been very, very different. And like you say, I feel like we've turned a little bit of a corner. You know, we've had some good results. We've got a Wembley semi-final coming up against Forest. The running for the top 4, the teams we're playing, you couldn't ask for a better running, in my opinion. We've got Villa, maybe. The rest of them, we should be winning it. So what looks like a bad season, obviously losing out on your title, could end up with a little bit of silverware and Champions League, which is any other season. It's a good season, but that's what we're aiming for. But yeah, it was. You got to give Palace are a good side, but you know they're just something missing. They will win games, mad games. They're gonna do it, but I think City just knew that they were a little bit more excited where they was at 2-0, and City needed a quick goal, and we got him quick. Mamouche, who's going to be a fantastic player, I think. You know what I mean? He's really, really lively. And we got back into it. But yeah, top 4, FA Cup, that is all we can ask for now. That's what we're going for.
It's a weird one because I think when I saw the score, everybody was hopping in the group chat like 2-0, 2-0. And I'm like, why? We might have something here. Yeah, I know, Saeed, was you doing a watch along? I know you was watching that.
Usually it's me. Usually when you get giddy in the group, I always send back, relax, yeah. But I wasn't feeling that. I was thinking, I was thinking, if we're fucked here. I was just about to say, we're getting hammered here. And then the Eze goal went in, and I thought, wow, this could be 5 or 6. And then it literally, I don't know, you just get that, don't you? You get back in the game, and then the tails was up City, and then they started bopping it City. 1 touch, 2 touch, Nico O'Reilly. You know what I mean? The young kid's come in. He's not a left back. He's a number 10. He's playing him at left back. He started like back heeling it in the corners and nutmegging people, and they looked like they were enjoying the football a bit. And then they just bopped Palace off the park. And then, but 20 minutes, I thought it's game over. They were just all over us in patches, loads of space. Rico Lewis behind the ball by a mile a lot of the time, and I thought, that's us finished. He's going to change it at half time, but he didn't. He kept with it, and they came out and did the business. So you got to give him credit.
You know. I think it's fine margins again. Honestly, if Eze holds his run, it's 3-0. And if Kamada doesn't do an absolute stupid tackle, it's stupid, honestly, because Nico Gonzalez is going nowhere. He's literally in the middle area there. He's not known for a shooting. He's going to pass it sideways. And he lets De Bruyne basically do what De Bruyne does. Brilliant magic. And then, bro, it's the De Bruyne show after that. I'll be real with you. Like, City just absolutely tore them apart. And you know what it is? Sometimes I downplay kind of Gahey as a player in terms of like, is he that good? But you know what, man? In that back line, yeah, he's their leader, and he's their captain. And they just fell apart, man. And City just destroyed them after that. But honestly, it's fine, mad, because Steve is right. Like, bro, they were like, Palace were battering them, bro. I couldn't believe it. 2-0, and then if that goal
we
goes,
hit the post with De Bruyne, and then Mamouche went through one-on-one as well. So we could have scored 2 there, but it was a mad game. But like you say, I don't think if that third one had gone in, we'd have recovered from it.
No. What's your stadium like at 2-0 down? Is it because we were just talking about ours and the atmosphere? Is yours?
Nah, do you know what? The City fans will always back it, but you get the ones that they need a pint. So they come when you have. I've said this before. You've seen my videos. SAEED's seen them sometimes on the concourse. It's like a discotheque. Yeah, they have a DJ on there. So sometimes if you're getting beat 2-0, it's better to go in the back and listen to the tunes and get pissed than it is to be watching that shit. So that's why people do it. And then, and like you say, people were just walking past me going, "Fucking hell, Steve, how would you explain this? I can't wait to see your vlog, Steve. This is going to be mad, mate," and all that. And then I've seen it before, though. I've seen it when we're 2-0 down to Villa, people phoning the wives, "I'm going home," proper seeing their ass. We've lost the league. Liverpool won the league. And then you're calming them down. And then at the end, when I'm running on the pitch, the same guy's coming up to me going, "Steve, fuck, I didn't go home. I trusted you. You taught me around," and all that. But some people have got the faith, and some people just want to get on their piss, man. But it was relatively all right. But if the third had gone in, I think it would have been a bit mad.
Yeah. And Mamouche, man, bro, listen, had he maybe started this season, I think he would have been on double digits goals, man. This guy in the box, man.
G&A, and he over the season all round.
Yeah, man.
Honestly,
you watch him, though. He's just everywhere, bro. He goes there, he goes there. He's creating.
You know what impresses me, SAEED, about him? His technique of striking the ball from mad angles. Like he did one at Old Trafford. The ball bounced a bit high, and he swung and he got his foot round it, and he wrapped it. And he wrapped it in, and I thought, that's over the bar. 9 out of 10 plays, that's over the bar. And then that goal, what he scored when he come running onto it, there was a player right in front of him. A lot of players shit out of that because they think they're going to break the leg. And he sort of smashed into it and scored. But I think he's took the Premier League by storm. I think next season, once he's had a pre-season under his belt and they find a role behind Ireland, I think he'll be his role. I feel like he's going to be special. You know what I mean?
As well. Both footed.
Yeah,
you're talking about his striking ability, but he can strike equally good on his left. He's going to be a star. He's going to be an absolute star. Gutted that you lot got him because he was so ideal. But I don't know what you guys think. I think I've said it before. Tactically, I'm intrigued to how he sets him up with Haaland, because I think Haaland was built and born to be the end of every single chance, whereas Mamouche, I think Toby's touched on it before as well. Mamouche is all about himself as well. But Mamouche is a star boy. So it's going to be interesting tactically how he sets them two up, because obviously Haaland's going to want to score the majority of the goals. I think Mamouche is going to get a lot of goals next season, which will obviously diminish Haaland's return, but interesting tactically.
We got Echeverri as well. That's not nowhere near he's training every day with the team. He's not put him in anywhere near it yet. He's keeping him. I don't know what's happening with him. He's going to come in next season. The youth team this season, that Divine Mokasa, a fantastic player. Emil Heskey's son, Regan, great player. They've got, I think, this World Club Cup coming up. You might see a few of these young kids getting a run out in that. But
definitely.
There's talk about Kevin De Bruyne, as someone mentioned it today. He might stay in the Premier League. Someone mentioned Liverpool.
Yeah, I've seen this interview, man.
He hasn't denied it. Yeah, someone mentioned Liverpool. I mean, you won't. What he said. He sounded a little bit upset that he didn't get offered a contract to get that, and then he said some players would say, "I'm not going to play for another club in the Premier League because I love Man City." He's come round and said, "I don't know where I'm going to end up. I could stay in England." So to me, you know, it makes sense. And listen, if Liverpool, if he wants to go to Liverpool and they're going to offer him a bit more game time, then why would he not go there?
How would you feel about that? Because obviously he's a City
I would be upset about it. I wouldn't. I'm not going to boo him. I wouldn't fucking. But I'd be upset. You know when you'd think like fucking hell. Because he's such a legend at City. You can't. Yeah. If he signs for Man United, it's game over. But if Liverpool, you sort of like, okay, it's on us. We decided not to sign the deal. He's gone there. Maybe can prove a point. James Milner got a load of shit for going there. You know, he was like floating around and that. But Milner's Milner. But I don't know. I think some City fans would take it bad. But me,
I said Arsenal would be a perfect move for him. You know, put Odegaard in the 8, put De Bruyne in the 10. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't go Arsenal.
I'm telling you now, man.
I don't think he's got the legs. He ain't got the legs to play. He ain't got the legs.
I just don't think we're going to pay the wages for him because he doesn't take a pay cut, innit? That's what
you pay for Havertz on 280, bro. You can pay wages, bro.
Yeah, but Havertz he's an asset. It's different, man. De Bruyne is what 33, 34.
I think he's going.
And the offers he's going to get from Saudi as well in America be much more crazy.
Nah, he's going to America. Liverpool won't go.
Yeah.
Liverpool won't go.
I don't think Liverpool go from either.
Regime,
Liverpool a lot more sensible than that as well.
New nerds in charge. I mean, look, he's a Liverpool fan.
He's a United
You'll know
player
that.
If he wasn't for Man City, innit?
He's a Liverpool fan, and I'm talking about Cole Palmer in the 10. Can you imagine Kevin De Bruyne in that 10?
Yeah.
Like him and Salah would.
I think Kevin De Bruyne. What you seen the other day, I think if somebody gets him,
legs around him,
team and just puts legs around him, and like you say, you go in there and do your thing. Or last 25 minutes. Play him in the League Cup games, play him in the FA Cup games at home, wrap him up and play him at home. But I think Kevin De Bruyne coming on in a team that's fucking got quality around it, you just can't buy that quality. And like you say, someone will take a risk on him. But I think that if he's money orientated, he's definitely Saudi or USA. If it's football motivated, he might pop up anywhere. Somebody like, I don't know, Vincent Kompany might take him at Bayern Munich. Might say, come over here for a season with me and let's win the Champions League. You just don't know. He deserves to go where he wants. Me, for one, I wouldn't. If he signed for Man United, he's dead. But other than that, you know, anyone else, I wouldn't be bothered because it's Kevin De Bruyne and he can do what he wants. You know what I mean?
Into Miami, maybe. Into Miami.
Definitely see him going to America or Saudi.
Actually, you know what? America, to be fair, America's a very good shout.
He's definitely not going to fucking Spurs, put it that way.
I was about to ask him, would he take him? But
Can I ask you a question? Of course I would. Stop. Be serious.
You would take this Kevin De Bruyne right now?
He's cool, but I'd have him off the bench, maybe here and there, and he could do a little something.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. I'm guessing before I move on, everybody thinks City's going to get Champions League, right?
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah. This run of results and the fall off from you lot. I mean, I said Newcastle are dead sets. Forest are falling off. I think Forest eyes are on the bloody FA Cup. So that's intriguing. Who wins that semi-final between City and Finn? Because they're both going for the same spot in the Champions League, and they're both going for the FA Cup.
Villa are there, man. Villa are there. 4 wins in a row.
And Villa are there. Villa are there.
Oh, it's crazy, Villa, man.
If Chelsea can pick up a couple of results, I don't know where from.
We have this every season. If you rewind this show back every season to this stage last year, we're always talking about nobody wants top 4. Everyone's losing and beating each other. It happens every season. You think, oh yeah. So City, Everton at weekend, Goodison Park. It's not going to be easy.
Bro, it's not going to be
last game of the season. It's not going to be easy. Aston Villa at home. It's not going to be easy. Wolves. It's not going to be easy. They all want points and that. So it's you've got to do it, man.
Newcastle look like the momentum team. I think they're nailed on. That's
I don't know if they're nailed on. They got tough fixtures.
The club's buzzing.
At home, Palace at home, Villa away, Brighton away.
I think Newcastle have the best balance. I think Newcastle have the best balance between like defense and attack. We know City's league.
Oh, Villa, man.
Chelsea league. Chelsea.
Newcastle look like a Champions League side. They're a proper side. You can tell.
Yeah, Newcastle
midfield and the attack. Yeah. They look proper.
I think they're going down to the last 2-3.
Chelsea and City need Villa to go through tomorrow so they can focus on the Champions League.
I don't think Villa's going through.
I'm saying that you guys need them to go through.
Yeah, we need them.
Are you playing Forest in the league as well? No, Steve.
Yeah, they are.
They beat us at theirs. We beat them at ours.
Oh, you only got me in the cup. Okay.
Cup, yeah. With Forest, I don't know, man. I'm worried.
I think
for
we
them.
beat Forest, mate. I think we beat Forest in the summer.
It would be a shame, guys, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Forest, yeah. They've done well all season. It'll be a shame.
They've run out of fuel, man. And understandably so. It's not like.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But then still, Europa League spots is still good for them, though, man.
It's great.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant. They finished 17th last year. Let's not forget. 17th.
Maybe there's hope, man. Maybe there's hope.
Well, any form of points as well, though.
Europe is brilliant.
Yo, Tobes, there's hope, man. Tobes, come on, man.
Please.
What was you gonna say about?
If you know, you know. If you know, you
So
know.
they were minus like 10 points or something, FFP last season.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. It was them and Everton, I think.
Yeah, somebody brought this up actually and said, listen, Nottingham Forest last year signed how many players? Was it fucking 30 odd?
It was quite a lot, yeah.
Got a point deduction, yeah, because they broke FFP. This year, the third in the Champions League. So why not take a pinch one season, take 10 points, and then bounce back the season after? So is that not cheating?
Bro, right,
is that not cheating? Because it's not Man City, no one's talking about it. But I'm saying if I'm a little club, take a 10-point knock, stay up, sign 40 players, go again the season after, get third, Champions League.
No team.
Guys, what we saying?
I'm in no position.
Tobes, that's your way out, Toby. Toby.
Yo,
nobody mentions it. It's the Forest great fairy tale story and Brian Clough, and it makes a great fucking fairy tale. But when you actually dig it, they got 10-point deduction, signed 40 odd fucking players. No team that ever comes up can sign that amount of players. They took it on the chin, my favourite saying. And then the season after, they're in the Champions League, FA Cup semi-final.
Relegated. It's a massive risk. They could have got relegated.
They could have.
Yeah, but it's
not, you know.
It's mad though, isn't it? But you know,
yeah, no.
Why isn't it working for Chelsea, man?
I prefer not to speak personally.
Yo,
I'm not in a position to comment. Super chats.
Yeah.
Let me just get this Chelsea one out of the way. I'm not even outraged. This Chelsea squad, player for player, is not better than a Europa League team, and that's where they will finish 2 seasons in a row, 6th. The issue is the money spent to assemble it. Adrian, big up, bro. Blue Moon says both Nicos played well. Big shout out to McAtee as well. Edison, 4 assists, same as Odegaard this season. FA Cup is a must. Top 4/5.
Oh shit! Edison, same assist as Odegaard.
Mate, Edison is for a fucking goalkeeper. The guy mental. He's mental. Like you say, I was watching him, right? He got the ball. He's right in front of me. McAtee's on the halfway line, just itching to go, and then he just pinged it. And like, I don't know if you ever remember, we played Schalke in the Champions League a few years ago. Last minute, he hit one right over the top at Schalke away. I was there, right to Raheem Sterling, who rounded the keeper and scored. And it's like, the goal is just fucking...
I've never seen a goalkeeper...
It's mental.
I think he's better than...
It's mental, bro.
I think he's better than majority of the midfielders on the ball in this country. I'm telling you.
It's crazy. Because if there's a documentary on City TV about him, and he played futsal, yeah? And you should watch him as a kid, knocking the ball around in midfield. He's in the midfield, and he's pinging it and scoring. He scored goals from the halfway line and all sorts. It's fucking mental.
Yeah,
he's an insane passer. I don't think his shot stopping is great at times, but
no,
we'll see who your new goalkeeper. If you do get a new goalkeeper this summer, that's another position as well to look at. Let's see any more relevant super chats. It wasn't your time, Bavs. You got to see us win the Champions League. Big up, James. Let's actually just segue into Arsenal, Bavs. I know you drew against Brentford 1-1. Pretty irrelevant result. Premier League's gone. You don't have to dissect it too much if you don't want to. Madrid is the game everybody wants to hear about, everybody wants to talk about. The pressure's on. You're 3-0 up. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, Madrid's the one. You're right. I think the Brentford game, I didn't even watch the game because of all the personal stuff that happened to me. But
yeah,
I think it was an expected result, to be quite honest. You know, I was just checking the scoreline, and I didn't expect us to win that game with the changes as well. Tierney came in, Zinchenko in midfield, Saka on the bench, Odegaard on the bench as well. No Marino either. And the issue for me is, I think Partey's come off with an injury, so we're not sure if he's fit for the game against Madrid on Wednesday. But the focus is on that. He's obviously put all the eggs in the basket of the Champions League, and we could tell it from last week. I think the draw against Everton as well, he rested Odegaard, started Raheem Sterling. You could tell that he wasn't really focused on the league at that point. And it's actually mad. I saw a stat actually that if we won all the games that we've drawn in the past, like 7-6, we'd be maybe a point behind Liverpool right now. So clearly shows that we still had a chance to get back into this. but 12 draws is been the killing in the league title race. And obviously, injuries play a part, but I think open play, the chance creation hasn't been there. We talked about Odegaard there having the same amount of assists as Edison, and I think it's telling he's had a poor season, especially without Saka. He wasn't able to really take the team by the scruff of its neck, carry us forwards. Whereas when he was out early in the season, Saka was still performing on a week in, week out basis. I think now Arsenal fans realise that our best player is Bukayo Saka, and there's no denying that. Odegaard's a fantastic player to have behind him. And then, Saliba as well had a good game against Brentford. But the focus is on the Bernabeu. I'm going to be asking Steve for some experience at this point because I ain't been there before in my life. But I'm not going to the game personally. I'm going to watch it from home. But I was at the Emirates for the game against Madrid, and it was crazy. Declan Rice, 2 free kicks. Very, very good performance. I wouldn't say it was an outstanding and amazing performance. We did the job. Madrid are a team that you can tactically beat because, I think Carlo is more about man management of players, but he's not the best tactically anymore, at least. But, I've seen all the reports that Madrid are putting out there that these players are all focused, that Bellingham and Vinicius had conversations after the game saying that we can mount a comeback. They'll come out strong, man. But for me, it's the matter of everyone's focusing on defending and don't concede the 3 goals. I'm saying score goals. Go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Kill the game.
Don't sit back. If they sit back, you're playing into their hands because they're going to want that. Man. I feel like they're going to go for they're going to go try and get to extra time. They're going to try and go for it. 3-0, 2-0. I'd have been thinking 3-0. Yeah, I'm thinking with Arsenal's defence and the way they're playing. I've looked at some teams going to the Bernabeu. Sociedad scoring goals there. Was it Villarreal the other week scoring goals there? Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, I have experienced that kicking the bollocks in Madrid. I've had it. It doesn't taste nice, but I actually feel like Arsenal will get the job done. And I wasn't overly. I thought it was a great performance for Arsenal. I did. I thought that it's them nights when you go on to win the Champions League, you get them memorable nights near the end, and that was a memorable night to beat Real Madrid 3-0. It's fucking unreal. Not many people do it. So to go to the Bernabeu, we beat Bayern Munich 3-1 in our treble, and we went to the Allianz, and you're a little bit more calm. You've got that cushion. Haaland misses a penalty, you're not asked. So 1-1 draw, you're through. Madrid will be different. If they score early, I feel like it's fucking panic stations then. Everyone will start shitting it. And you know what Madrid are like. If they score 1, they could score 2. And then it's really, I feel like Arsenal have got to be calm, play their own game, let Madrid come onto him, and maybe while they're coming onto him against the run of play, nick one, and then it's game over. You know what I mean? That's
what it's about. It's about just killing the game. I'm not about this whole defensive approach because Madrid have the attackers, and then you're playing to their strength. You're letting them have the ball in areas they wanted to have it. So it's for me, go and score a goal. We've seen them at the Emirates. They were vulnerable defensively. And we, as you said, conceded a lot of goals as well. So it's about, I don't think the last time we conceded 3 goals was against Luton back in December 23. Long time ago, at least, like 90, 70, 80 games there. So
that was with Gabriel.
Yeah. I think that was when Raya had quite a few mistakes. But yeah, even with Kivio, I don't think we lost a single game with him and Saliba. So we've got a good record there as well. But yeah, it's just about getting the job done. The thing I like the most,
the Madrid police,
yeah.
They're in with the same shit. So their operation is wind the Arsenal fans up in the daytime in the square, bat and charge the fuck out of everyone in the square, so you get pissed off. You'll get to the turnstile and you've got your name on your ticket. They'll tell you it's black, so you get thrown out. So then you're arguing like fuck for 25 minutes outside to get in. You'll get in. They turn the heating on. It's fucking roasting. Yeah. And then when you get beat, they turn the fucking heating off. So then you're fucking freezing. They keep you in for 2 hours. And when you come out, there's thousands of Madrid fans on the wall with little fucking little fucking blowers.
And look,
calling wankers and all that. And then you'll be like, what the fuck is this? My whole day's a nightmare. So
we've pissed them off as well.
And when you win, and when you come out of there and you win, there's no fucker there. They've all gone home. So 100%, come out of there and there's no one there.
But I've seen the reports that they're going to have the roof closed, that the Madrid Ultras are going to have a massive parade before the game. It's not going to be easy. We've done the hard work at the Emirates, but the thing I like the most about our performance at the Emirates is that we were professional. We didn't come out of the blocks with so much energy and blew ourselves right straight away. We came out with a slower tempo, slowly got into the game, found the moments with a bit of quality from Rice, and then got the win like that as well. Didn't concede a goal as well. I don't think Vinicius or Rodrigo completed a single dribble against Skelly or Timber. So there's a lot of positives for us. It's just about professionalism, getting through, and then you're into the semi-final.
I spoke about the first leg where I thought Arteta was brilliant tactically. You know, we've been taking the piss, and you know, I love rattling the Arsenal fan base, but tactically he was absolutely immaculate in that Madrid game, and obviously Madrid were all over the place. And I've been, you know, I know everyone keeps talking about the heritage and the aura of Madrid, and it's there. You're a stupid idiot if you don't accept and acknowledge Real Madrid. You don't know the football if you don't. But and I keep saying it, this Madrid's not a patch on the one that won 3 in a row and you know whatever. And you know, a couple of years ago, it's not. And when you buy a special talent like Mbappe, but someone who just doesn't, Mbappe and Vinicius, say what you want about them, they just don't defend from the front. So defensively, you're carrying 2 passengers already. Valverde is not in that midfield to cover all their spaces because he's at right back, and then that leaves a 38-year-old Modric and an out of sorts Camavinga, right, to cover those spaces in midfield. It's just not possible. And Arteta absolutely exploited that. Absolutely. And then you've got Bellingham, who's always looking to join in the front players. So there's a lot of space in midfield. You know, Shermani's out of form, Camavinga's out of form, and Modric is
not available, is he?
Camavinga's suspended for this game.
Modric is their best midfielder at 38.
Ceballos is coming back and they're getting gassed.
As much as I would absolutely love it if there was a comeback, there's no comeback. Stop it.
I think we've got
dream. Forget all this dream and you know, I get it. People want to hype up the atmosphere and it's going to be something else. The comeback of comebacks. It's not happening.
I think if Arsenal get through the first 10, 15 minutes, I know it's cliche, but if Madrid score in that first 10, 15, forget what you think of Madrid. Arsenal in this position, in that stadium with this group of players, that is an unknown quantity.
Yeah,
right?
unknown quantity. They haven't got the experience.
So you might shit it. I'm not saying Arsenal are bad defensively. They're great defensively.
Last season,
you can have defensive errors just because you shit in the bed. But if you get
last season, Allianz Arena, we went obviously after the first leg, started well, but drew the game 2-2. I saw from the Allianz, when the players walked out, they were nervous. They felt that. You can see last season that. But the one thing I like the most is this year, with Declan Rice having more Champions League experience, and Saka. Saka's probably one of the few players on this Arsenal side that has played in high quality, high pressure games for England at the Euros and at the World Cup. So he's been at those stages before. So a player like Saka now, having, you know, terrorized Alaba at the Emirates, I think he's going to.
I was going to say, man.
Yeah, trying to make a name for himself.
Alaba might have to go in midfield.
What happened in that game there was Bellingham dropped deeper to help him out, and then he was taking Bellingham on as well with strength. Not even about quality there, just powering him out of the way. Both free kicks, that's Saka cutting inside. But Miles Lewis-Skelly had a tremendous game as well because Madrid are allowing him to get the ball through and play passes like that as well. So this is the issue for Real Madrid. They've got so many high quality players, but they will never have the players that will work hard like most modern day coaches do. Hence PSG now, post Mbappe. You know, you see Dembele is chasing like a dog every single game. That's why they're now one of the favourites of the Champions League. With Madrid, that's the issue why they don't always win the league title, because Barca have always had players that work harder, and then they might win the odd title here and there or get it right. But if Carlo gets sacked now, I mean, what manager do they go for? Because the modern day coaches will want your players to work hard. Vinny, Mbappe, exactly. These players won't really do that. That's not their strengths. They just want to score the goals, get the assists, get the glory. But most modern day teams, they're working hard. You see Arsenal, you see at City, now Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, how much they chase off the field as well. So that's the conundrum for them there. But yeah, Bernabeu, if we can even get a result there and win the semi-finals, I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed.
The only thing I'll say is that Mbappe walking at PSG and walking at Real Madrid is 2 different ball games. I think if the Madrid fans suss that these 2 are the reason why they're not progressing because they're walking, they'll soon run. Do you know what I mean? They'll soon run because they're not slow. They're not.
They'll let them know. They'll let them know, man.
Yeah, they'll let them know. Do you know what I mean? So
that's what's got to happen, man. The way football is nowadays, players have to work. We've all seen that clip of Enrique and Mbappe, and he's not wrong. The top managers want their players to press. Hence why we're talking about someone like KDB. We know it's still quality on the ball, but does he have the legs to press? Does he have the legs to chase up and down the field? Because every other team does it, and if you don't do it, you're going to get caught out for it.
Does anybody think Madrid are going to go through, or is it all Arsenal?
No, it's not going to be an easy game in my opinion. I still think Arsenal are going to maybe ride the storm in certain moments, but don't be surprised if Arsenal score a goal at the Bernabeu. Like, bro, in the end of the day, they're 3-0 up. Like Real Madrid are the ones that have to come on to them. Like Real Madrid really have to chase that game and have to throw everything at that game. And we looked at some of the names that are missing, and we also look at the way they've played in recent weeks, and we also look at the way Arsenal defend. Even if you could say, oh, Arsenal might get rattled here or there, it's a tall order to score 3 and keep them out. In fact, they don't even need to score 3. They either need to score 4 or they need to score 3 and keep Arsenal out and win it on penalties. I know everyone talks about, oh, Madrid, oh, the magic of the Bernabeu, but come on, man. Every dog has its day. Every dog has its day. And
I think the one thing they're lucky for is no more away goals, so that doesn't play a part where if we score a goal, it counts for 2. But keeping us out, the one thing I'll say is, look, we're not as great in transition, so it's not like explained to our strength. So we have to still play to our game plan. We can't change it because of the result. But of course, we have the ability to drop down to a low block. Man City saw it at the Etihad earlier this season. With 10 men, we can play a nasty low block. We'll just stay in our box, camp it there. But I don't want to see that. Because we've got 11 men, we've got quality. Yeah. They're vulnerable defensively, so don't be scared. Show some balls and go score a goal.
Yeah, no, I agree. First 20 minutes is crucial, man. Wait, that pressure, the crowd, the intensity. Because ride the storm. And
you know what we need? Do you know what we need, Saeed? We need, lads, you know what we need? To really put the cat amongst the pigeons. An early dodgy decision from one of those referees.
Like a red card.
Yeah. And then
if we had down to 10 men, that is, long there.
No, but we need a dodgy decision.
All over the what a penalty, that's not a penalty, like a dive.
That's a penalty, but like,
no, but it's possible, man. This is Real Madrid talking about.
It is possible. It is possible.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
To beat Madrid, you don't have to be great tactically, you have to be lucky as well. If luck's on your side, they will find a way.
I hope not, because I don't want the whole argument to be we got robbed and that. Like,
the referee in the first game was outstanding. I can't really fault any of his decisions.
Yeah, but you're in Spain now. You're playing 13 men. But ref, crowd, 11 players.
14 if you count Perez as well, because he's going to have his play behind the scenes as well. Do you know what I mean?
14 versus 11. It's mad.
I just hope for a nice, clean game, man. And,
100%, man. It was the game at the Emirates was a nice watch.
I said nice clean game. Who are you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Right with you.
It's like the ref before a boxing fight. Nice clean fight, lads.
Nice clean game.
How much do I have to pay for a Real Madrid win?
I want chaos.
No, Matisse, bro. Listen.
Turmoil.
I'm
madness.
about saving football, man.
I need another Declan Rice free kick, man. That's what I need.
You know what I mean? I'm enjoying myself, with this football. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, no.
I need to see entertainment, guys.
I want chaos. I want chaos.
Like, last week was amazing, man. Keep it up, man.
I want an angry Turkish fan cam outside the Santiago. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need.
But listen, Madrid are going to have to do something they've never done. They've never scored against Arsenal, ever.
I don't know. Do you guys know Dave? Do you guys know Dave? Do you guys know Dave?
Yeah.
Bro, did you see his fan cam outside the Emirates? Grizz, did you see it, Grizz? Go and watch it, man. Oh, end the stream, Dave. Honestly, if that's Turkish outside the Bernabeu, then we have got cinema.
Turkish drive on the Bazal. So that's a long drive back.
Yeah. That Real Madrid fan, that Raul guy on fucking.
He's one X and KG.
He's one arrogant bastard, mate. He's one arrogant bastard. Yeah. So, I want to see him crying his fucking eyes out. I want to see it. So the boys from the Real Madrid channel, let's be real, Grizz has been on there. They're nice geezers, man. They're good, and it's a great chat. But that Raul guy, he's like, you can tell he's grown up thinking, Real Madrid. He's seen the glory days. And when Ty was getting into him, he didn't like it, and then seeing his face after the first leg, I want to see his face like that again.
It is a win-win situation.
They've had enough Champions Leagues, man. They can relax.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the neutrals, it's a win-win situation because, Madrid losing, F Madrid, you know what I mean?
They just got past the last game as well. Red card for Mbappe.
Yeah, exactly.
So they ain't been flying, have they?
No, they're not. They're not flying at
all. By the way, that challenge from Mbappe was absolutely
disgraceful.
Like it was, but he did. It was a coward challenge. It was a very cowardly challenge.
Whatever you want to dress it up.
No, I'm not dressing it up. It was nasty, but I'm saying he still didn't go through with it with proper.
What did he do? What did he do?
That's a leg breaker. No, it was a leg breaker, but he was a coward enough not to put full force in it. If you know what I mean. It was a crazy challenge. It was an awful challenge.
So
Super member here for 12 months. Big up, brother. He says here, Troops says Arsenal would have won the league if they had Saka fit all season. People are trying so hard to discredit us because we're in bad form. Perfect way to
that was with me. He said that to me, and I was defending Liverpool. I can't believe it.
I don't think we'd win the league guaranteed, but we'd be closer. That's what it'd be.
GRIZZ, Liverpool section. What do you have to say to that?
We never title race.
No, if we don't win another game, if we don't win another game, we've still won the league. If we lose every single game from now,
how many points are you on? For you
we're 13 points clear, I think.
Yeah, because we dropped points and then they won their game as well.
Yeah, look, it's there's no jeopardy in our game. People moaning about the atmosphere at the ground and sort of like, why isn't it? Because there's no jeopardy in it. We're used to being neck and neck with Man City. We're every game we played in the title races against Man City every game was like fucking war. Like the whole, like we had to be absolutely immaculate. We don't have to be immaculate, and we haven't been immaculate, but we're still. People talk about out of form. We're still the top team after. If you look at the last 10 games, we're still on top of the form table. We've had 2 defeats, 1 away, 1 home all season, and it's middle of April. The stinker, the absolute stinker we had was 25 minutes against Fulham and Newcastle in the cup. That was the 2 stinkers that we've had all fucking seasons, and we deserve everything we get. How many times have we all said? We've heard Steve say like. The team that finishes on top of the league is the best team in the country. It's not a sprint, it's a fucking marathon. This league proving every week where teams are taking points off left, right, and center. Yesterday, West Ham had Kudos. Did you watch Kudos play? When he's like that, he's unstoppable. He's a machine, when he plays like that.
It's been an underwhelming season for him, though, hasn't it?
But
Obviously, the whole West Ham.
Underwhelming season for the entire club. This is my point. Yeah. When you got if Lucas Paqueta wasn't a naughty boy, he'd be at City now. That's the level of player we're talking about. Jared Bowen is, for me, one of the most underrated players. This team is 14th. Was it? No, sorry, 17th. This team is 17th. So this shows you when people say, "Oh, the strength of the league." Look around Europe in the competitions. Villa still in it. Arsenal still in it, Man United still in it, Spurs still in it. All these teams are still in it. So this league, whatever you say about it, teams take off points from everyone. Every team has got a world class player in it, probably apart from Southampton, probably, right, or close to world class player.
What, Leicester?
Yeah, Khanous. That Khanous is a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, but not world class. I get your point.
He scored a bad boy goal against us. Okay. Every team has got one player that could get in a top 6 squad, maybe. Let's just say that. But listen, at the end of the day, I said it before. I'm not easily baited into all this getting, raging about our awful levels and whatever, blah blah blah. We're still on schedule to get 92, 93 points, I believe, and that's a mad, insane number of points. It wasn't great. We just get the job done. Virgil van Dijk, it was perfect that now that he's going to get a new contract, which is going to be announced this week as well. On top of Salah, I mean Salah's assist. I don't know if you lot saw it. Like Salah in that Salah in that first half cooked that little kid, man. He's a good player.
That was brutal, man.
Yeah, he's a good player. That Skulls or something. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
He's a good player, but Salah was just toying with him. He was just too clever for him, too smart for him, even though he ain't got that pace anymore. Salah's touch, the way he was bringing the ball out of control, people talk about his aesthetically pleasing, man. Just watch a bit more football, before speaking about
he's got that pass on. He's got that pass on lock. The outside.
He's done it a lot of times, man.
Yeah, he's done it a lot of times.
Turkish ain't here today, but because Turkish would have
assist record.
Now he's beaten because Turkish was hoping that he doesn't get another assist all season. But he's
on 18 now, so he's 2 away from equaling.
2 away from equaling De Bruyne and Henry.
Yeah. He's
he'll do that.
He's not far off the goals of Haaland as well.
No, I don't think it's that. It's like 9 goals off.
No, he won't get the goals. But look, just got the job done. It's just a matter of now that guards of honor I'm looking forward to from all you lot. That's what I'm looking for. Chelsea.
Nobody would beat Bernardo Silva's guard of honor when he just had a cup of tea.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who's gonna not do it and who's not going to pay homage and respect to the champion.
So the way it works, right?
sorry, Bob.
How does
Liverpool?
it go on?
Sorry, mate. Liverpool have deserved it 100%. So I know people like to say, "Oh, well, if we did this and we did that," and it's like, yeah, but you didn't, and we didn't, and so me as a Man City fan, I'm looking at how bad we was. I'm not looking at Liverpool and saying, "Oh, if we, they're fucking really bad and we should have done this." We've let it slip. We've not kept our standards have dropped. Their standards have gone up. And no matter what you say, the team that wins the league always is the best team, always. And it doesn't matter if you have a shit run to the end of the season and win the league. It's what you've done before that. They were so good, and while everyone was saying they haven't played all one, they're not going to do this, they're not going to do that, they're going to drop off, they're going to do this. And while everyone's arguing the toss, they just went ahead and marched right through everybody and won. So Arsenal fans need to look at themselves and their team. City fans need to look at themselves and the team. You know what I mean? Forest was up there. They never going to be in a title challenge. Newcastle never going to be there. It was Arsenal and City. And everyone thought if City drop, Arsenal's going to march in, take the lead because they've been the closest. But Liverpool did it. He come in his first season, didn't sign any players, fucking just kept the Jurgen Klopp model, but tweaked it to suit him. Became more controlled, became more relaxed in games, didn't do the rock and roll style football we used to play, and they've won the fucking league. So you can't begrudge them it. You know what I mean? We can all have banter, but I'm disappointed in my team that we didn't put enough pressure on them, because our bread and butter is putting pressure on the team when they slip like Liverpool did a couple of times. We're on the tails. We're miles off it. And
Do you know what I mean? But I get it. People talk about slipping up, but it's obviously what happened was people's mindsets are skewed by the 2 cup competitions or 3.
Yeah.
Plymouth. We didn't give a shit about the Plymouth game. You saw the lineup that we picked. But people's perception of Liverpool having a rough patch is all based off PSG, right? Losing to PSG on penalties and then having a stinker against Newcastle. Like, take those away. Yeah, we're still the best team in the form table, despite that.
Listen, you've said it all season. You want the Premier League. You've said it all season. You didn't want the Champions League. You want the Premier League. And listen, I banter Liverpool fans, and I've had it with them all. AGT. Did you ever win the league? You never seen it, and all that. But they fucking deserve to have that on the pitch. Invade the pitch. Fucking the parade. They deserve that, because if I'd have won the league in COVID and not seen it, and for a long time, I knew at the time, I thought that's got to hurt. It's got to hurt.
It hurt me like
now, and I don't begrudge him. Anyone that wins the league, I never have. I never ever have. Cup competitions, Champions League, I can see me ass because it's a mad thing. But whoever wins the league deserves it, and they go out and do the parade and all that. Fucking fair play to them. And like you say,
you know what?
My business partner is a Liverpool season ticket holder, by the way, so I have to listen to this bastard every day. You know what I mean? So when you think I don't like Liverpool, I deal with him every day. So he's going to enjoy it, and fair play to him, man.
I said it. Like, you're spot on. The last title, because of the COVID, came in because we had a mad game against Man United, where Salah scores the penalty and the atmosphere, and it was bubbling to be one of the great, because we had it won in February again last time as well. January, February, I knew it was done. And then the government obviously put the controls on and said no one's allowed that. And I swear to you, I told you the story. I was in my mate's farm. He's got a massive shout. It's in Luton. He's got a massive farm where we just sat around, spread out, 20 of us, not allowed to sit next to each other, eating watermelons at midnight, looking at each other and thinking, fuck this, man. We've won the league and here we are eating watermelons at midnight in a farm. Like,
what is our life? To go to Liverpool for that parade.
But this time,
you got to go there. You got to go.
This time,
you got to go, mate.
We will be there.
People take them for granted, man. Arsenal, but Liverpool back in '89. Some Liverpool fans would have left that stadium and thought, you know what? Arsenal's won the league this year. We'll win it next year. And it was fucking 20, 30 years. So you got to go, man. You got to get the kids, get the face paint on and the flares. Not the pants, the flares, that smoke flares, and go for it.
We'll be there. You'll never walk alone. But yeah, Virgil, it was brilliant that Virgil scored the winner after him and Robertson made a mashup. And we haven't touched upon the contracts. Huge. I did tell you that both of them are going to stay. The Salah one, the Virgil one. People asking who's the more important. Bloody hell. It's like choosing who's your favorite kid, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Salah in his own league, and Virgil, you lot all know about Virgil van Dijk, man. He's just an amazing centre back, and he, 3 iconic goals. I talk about his debut goal in the Merseyside derby against Everton, then the winner against Chelsea in the League Cup final when we had a team of kids, and then last night 3 iconic goals on the eve of his contract being signed. Yeah, great times to be a Liverpool fan right now. I'm not going to lie, great times, and this is only the beginning. He's literally come in and schooled all the coaches. He literally has. You can dress it up how you want, but every single one of you lot had doubts about this guy. And me, remember I talked about it's the unknown. It's an unknown quantity. I don't know what I'm expecting. But he's been magnificent. And stop all this chat about XYZ coach being manager of the season. There's no ifs and buts about it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, fully
Thanks,
agree.
mate.
I agree.
I think Arsenal. Who do Arsenal play next? Ipswich.
Ipswich away.
Ipswich, yeah.
Ipswich away. So they're probably not going to lose
They
that.
need 2 wins, I think, Liverpool.
They
That's
do,
it.
but I'm trying to see whether
Spurs at home.
3 wins.
Spurs at home.
Spurs at home. They're going to win against you, Toba. Everyone wins against you, Leeds against you.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
And then
we
they're
did
going
it
to
last
come
year.
to the-
That was a bit aggressive, man. Chill, man. That was a bit too
It
aggressive.
is what it is, man. Like I got no leg to stand on. I just want to
He's used to it.
know. I just want to know that guard of honor will be ready when they
For
come
Arsenal.
to your ground, Grizz. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Yeah.
No, Stamford Bridge, they'll do the guard of honor. We'll have to hold that. That's gonna be great. And then Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I want players to give a guard.
I'll tell you anyway, though.
You want your players to give one, Babs?
No, I say that because look, they let themselves down in it. Like in the last like 6-7 weeks with those games that you've drawn.
Is it
Nothing-
mandatory, that guard of honor, or is it optional?
No, it's optional. I think it's choice in it. If a team needs to give it, we gave
It's
it to them back in
optional.
2000.
It's optional, but no club says no because they'll look like dickheads.
Yeah, the players are going to do it, obviously, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, certain players won't want to do it. Like you saw Bernardo Silva and the City one. So
Yeah, he well seen his ass. I don't know what he do. He
But
he
even
wasn't
in
even
that game-
coming out, and he just stirred his cover team.
City had a go in that game as well. I think you guys won like 4-1 or something. Just to like,
Yeah, it was a mad one. That.
It comes from the manager, though. The manager and the club, they decide. I don't think it's down to the players, though.
Could you imagine if it was like a derby game? Though, would you think they'd do it? Do you think Everton would do it for Liverpool, or like City would?
No,
United
they
do
would.
it?
They would. Too much
we've been
scrutiny.
bad.
There'll be too much scrutiny from
Oh,
media.
but the fans would go mad, wouldn't they?
Oh, the fans
fans don't do it.
Fans just boo.
will go mad.
And rightly so.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the Arsenal guard of honor. Mad, it's gonna be epic. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it. I've got a few things planned up and lined up, but we see when the time comes. Speak soon. There are a lot of chest, a lot of Arsenal fans. Not Babs per se, but people know the ones I'm talking about. We've had a few run-ins on social media with a few Arsenal fans. We will be there. We will be there. And a lot of them watch this channel as well. A lot of them watch this show. A lot of them watch this channel. A lot have been WhatsApping me. In fact, they haven't been WhatsApping me for the last 3 months. But I don't know why they've stopped WhatsApping me. Can you start messaging me again, please, lads? But anyway, it is what it is.
I look forward to this guard of honor. Sue says Arsenal have dropped 16 points from winning positions this season with 8 draws. This is 1 fewer than they had in the past 2 campaigns combined. Big up Liverpool for being consistent. I think you guys you're not asked about the league anymore, so you're just going to keep dropping more points.
the last 2 draws, Everton and obviously against Brentford, those 2 games he's rotated massively. He's left Saka and Odegaard off the bench. But prior to that, I'm talking the loss against West Ham started it all. Once that game was lost, it was wraps. There was no chance. Because that's when Liverpool start drop off points as well. But yeah, now we have to see in it. We have to see next season. But we've got to focus on Champions League, thankfully. We've got something to hope onto for now. So
yeah. Grizz, why the lack of chest from you this season? The super chat is asking.
Whatever, man. Thanks. Lack of chest,
You don't do that.
No, man. Man. I don't want lack of chest.
Humble.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Act like a dickhead? Get out of here.
All right, let's move on to the let's move on to the Mud Brothers.
Here we go.
Which one of you want to start? Because both of you were absolutely pammed and blammed, Sheffy Queffy. Yeah, which one of you want to start this one? Because I don't know which one's more embarrassing. I'll be honest.
It's got to be Spurs. It's got to be. Look, Man United are probably the worst Man United are without doubt the worst, biggest club in the world ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
the worst, biggest club. Yeah,
Yeah.
But Spurs was more embarrassing because it was Wolves. Newcastle, the form team. You know,
But
blah,
they've
blah,
got 17 losses though, so it's becoming
Yeah.
normal now, isn't it? So
But then when you look
Yeah.
at their coach, Tottenham's coach is on the way out, and Man
Yeah.
United's coach is still in. Like,
exactly.
yeah, there's a debate.
So there should be a bit more fight, really, on Man United's side, if anything. But
Yeah.
So where
Yeah.
we starting?
Yeah, go on,
Spurs or
Tom.
United?
You go ahead and depress us.
I mean,
first, you
to
know.
be honest, I wasn't surprised. I predicted a loss for this game. I think I went with 2-1, which is crazy. I know Wolves have been sort of, I want to say, reinvigorated under Vitor Pereira or Vitor Pereira. I think that's his name. And when I've watched Wolves, they've been decent. In fact, they've been good in a couple of games, but they were playing with no Cunha. Man for man, they can't really put up a stronger team than Spurs, and yet they scored 4 past us, and they were 3-1 up or 3-2 up, sorry, before Cunha even touched the pitch. Cunha is their top goal scorer this season, and he wasn't even on the pitch when they went 3-1 up or 2-0 up in the first half. Like, it's just a catalogue of errors, and it's like if I had £1 for every single mistake that our players made that game, I'd genuinely be maybe like 5 figures up. Like, it was Vicario, Romero, Jet Spence, Ben Davies, Madison, Bergvall, flipping Solanke.
you're
Like,
just naming the whole 11.
Basuma, Sa, like literally every single player just making mistakes. But whilst I'm gonna pam the players because they deserve pamming, like Vicario, nonsense game. Romero, nonsense game, nonsense. I'll get onto him in a second, but I'm just looking at this now, and it's just like it's evidently clear that this is a team that lacks no organization, no structure, no togetherness, no nothing, bro. Like, this team's dead and buried, and they've been dead and buried since the game we did on the watch along, Matisse, the 4-3 at Chelsea. After that game, it was curtains. Honestly, it was curtains. Like, we've just been flogging a dead horse. Oh, give him, you have to let him see out the cup game against Liverpool. You can't sack him then. Oh no, you have to let him see out the game against Aston Villa. You can't sack him then. Oh no, you have to let him see out the Europa. Oh no, wait until he gets his players back. Wait until this, wait until that. And now look at us. We're in April. We had to beat Frankfurt at home. We drew. We're losing to Wolves. We've lost to Ipswich. I think Southampton are the only team that we've actually done the double over in the teams below us. Wolves have beaten us, Everton have beaten us, Ipswich have beaten us, Leicester have beaten us. Oh, sorry, we beat West Ham, but we got to play West Ham away from home in a couple of weeks, so they'll probably beat us too. It's pants. It's absolutely pathetic, man. It's really bad. It's a sorry state of affairs, and he's just got to go, man.
You wanted him sacked a long time ago, so you could maybe have a bit of hope for
Ages
Frankfurt.
ago.
But there's no hope
Ages
for
ago.
the Europa League for you, is there?
And it's not even like, it's not. I don't even say that to say I told you so, because I don't begrudge Spurs fans for for trying to see the best out of him. Like, I think he did buy himself time, because there were red flags at the end of last year. But you give him time, you give him allowances, like maybe he can turn it around this season. But it's just got worse. Every single thing that was bad about Spurs in the second half of last year, it's worse this year. So I'm like, enough is enough. He's not going to turn this around. He's not good enough. But it's not just him. You got guys like Romero. You know my thoughts on Romero. I think Romero's a very good centre-back, but he's been crap this season. I'll be honest. He's been crap this season. His head's not in it. He's got 2 years left in his deal. And to be honest, if you want to leave, leave. Just sell him, make a profit on him, and move on. Spurs have had better centre-backs than Romero. Spurs will probably have better centre-backs than Romero in the future. It is what it is. Move him on. The midfield. We've spoken about the midfield. How many times I've been begging for new midfielders, new blood. I I say the same shit every week. It's just boring saying it, man. I'm to be honest, I'm just waiting for the season to end. Thank God I go on holiday again next week, so I don't really have to spend my time speaking about Spurs. So good luck finding someone else to jump on the mob for that Liverpool game.
You're finding someone. That's you. You're finding.
Yeah. I found someone, and I'm so glad it's not me, because I'm tired of going to the studio all the way to West London and sitting there and just seeing this team get smoked, and I have to say the same thing over and over again and snapshot my thumbnail on the bruh. End the season, bro, please.
I saw SAEED smiling when you was talking about Romero being.
Of course,
yeah, but I won.
You won? Just wait until you get to
Man United. Do you feel like you overrated him then?
He did.
I do,
but I won.
No, you haven't won, because there's a couple of players I'm going to mention for you.
Oh,
just wait.
I won. I called that Romero for 2 years.
But the thing is, when he plays, Romero's been with us 4 seasons. Out of 4 seasons, I think 2 out of 4 seasons he's been fantastic. 2 out of 4 seasons he's been crap. That to me tells me you are not a player that we can continue. And he's been injury prone. The guy gets injured regularly. We can't count on you. But then I watch you for Argentina. He's solid. I've watched him in the seasons when he's played well for Spurs.
He gets protected at Argentina, man. That's the problem.
But he doesn't get protected at Spurs. Did he get protected at Spurs last season? What about last season? And what about his first season? Did he get protected then?
I think, yeah, listen.
Did he get protected then?
I just think he's an average defender. I really do.
Oh, yeah? He's an average? Dallo, if he's an average defender, if he's an average defender, what's Dallo? Because you saying I won.
What's this? Are we on to United?
Yeah, we're gonna pivot because you said
we can wait for Dallo.
Yeah, I'm done with Spurs. We're moving on to United.
We're done with Spurs.
You said we are done with Spurs. You said I won. So I said, hang on a second.
I did win because I said he's an average defender, and soon enough,
if he's average, what's Lisandro Martinez?
Again, look at this guy. Like, bro,
no, I'm asking a question.
You.
If he's average, what's Lisandro Martinez?
Is better than Romero, bro.
This is the mid-off. We just let them
I'm
fight.
So satisfied.
This is where they just fling shit at each other. We just leave
I want you to answer my question. If he is average, what is Lisandro Martinez and Dallo? You told me I was doing too much on Dallo. You said Dallo is a good player. Yeah. You said Lisandro's class.
I said Dallo's a good player.
Tell me.
I've never really rated Dallo. Go watch my fight 5 years ago. I said get rid of Dallo.
What about them?
I said get rid of Dallo. Bro, what are you talking about? The main premise is I told you that I would win the war on Romero, and I won the war on Romero. That's it.
I still think he's a good centre back. What do you mean you've won the war?
He ain't a good centre back. He's so
average. He is.
He's meaty,
he isn't average.
He makes mistakes. He's rash. He's not good enough.
You just described Lisandro Martinez.
You know what? He plays fancy out the back.
Come on, man. You just described Lisandro Martinez.
Get out of here, man.
Your just described Lisandro Martinez.
Your guy is a dud, bro. You know what I'm saying? This Romero's a dud, and he's leaving your dusty club, man.
All right, cool, no problem. If he's, as I said, if he's a dud,
man, get me out of here, man. This is not great.
If he's a dud, I would love to. What we doing? If he's a dud, I would love to hear.
It's trying to make us fight.
SAEED,
man. We're down at the bottom. We stick together.
As I said,
on the screen together, just
as I said, when Romero goes to Atletico Madrid or wherever it is, and he's balling out of control, and you got midget boy Lisandro Martinez struggling against bang average attackers in the Premier League, then we will revisit this conversation. No problem.
Yeah.
You had a super chat actually, Tobes, that there was a question for you. Is Ange your worst ever manager?
In the Prem, yeah, he is. In my lifetime, yes, he is.
Wow. That is one.
Bro, he's lost 17 Premier League games.
Wow.
He's going to lose over. I need people to realize he's going to lose over 20 Premier League games. We've got Aston Villa. We've got West Ham.
It's just who we are, mate. That's just who we are, mate.
We've got Liverpool. He's going to lose over 20 games. He's lost.
I saw a stat that you've lost more games this season than we have since 2022 combined.
Bro, he's lost more. He lost more games than Pochettino did in like. He's lost more games this season than Poch did in like 2 or 3 years, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I'm trying to remember the team. There's a team in the Premier League that he's lost more games than that. That is mad. I think it might be like 1 second. Let me check quickly. Premier League table. So I need to bring this up.
Whilst you're getting it, brother Teresa says it was nice to see a calm Tobes enjoying a nice nice ice cream. What ice cream was it?
It was Lotus Biscoff, and Kinder Bueno. Oh, it's delicious. Anyway, I checked it.
Watching Wolves do the dirty.
We've lost more games than West Ham this season. We've lost more games than Man United. We've lost more games than Everton. We've lost more games than Crystal Palace. Bro, we've lost like Everton are 1 point above Tottenham. Everton.
Literally same player. One is just shorter, says James P.
Nah, one's better. One's better. It's Romero.
Nah, that's nasty. That's a nasty team to get that.
Oh God. Let me get this one out of the way before we move on to United as well. Late on the super chat for City, but watch out for today's rumor. Oh, this would be a great signing. You know, he's a player.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you've seen this, Steve.
Yeah, I've seen it today. Don't know if there's any truth in it, but yeah, they said that we're linked with him. But
yeah, it's a weak sauce though, man. It's that Rudy Gilletti.
Yeah. That's
a weak sauce.
He's quality, man. The way he passes the ball, mad. He's
him and what's the other left back as well?
Oh, Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, they linked with both of them.
Oh, right. Yeah,
we need a left back. He said he's getting a left back.
Yeah, Pep said he's not having O'Reilly there anymore. Yeah. Teo's big on going forward. Yeah, he's massive.
Right. Look, they're getting a left back and a right back because I heard they're getting a right back as well.
They need a right back.
Yeah, they have to get a right back. Walker's gone.
They have to get a right back. Yeah,
jeez, man.
Yeah, we need fullbacks.
You need a lot. You're going to sign a lot of
You
players.
need to have like a Mendy Walker type of window, innit?
Yeah, they will do the ball for it, yeah.
Cheer out, Toby. At least we did a double over United, triple with cup tie. Mad. That's mad, you know. Jesus.
Yeah.
How have you done that in your worst ever season? Jesus Christ. Saeed, have you frozen in shock?
Bro, no. I was just someone just sent me this about saying this institution that may well happen. Finish 17th in Premier League, one place above relegation. Arsenal win the Champions League before us. Chelsea become the first team in history to win all three competitions. We go without a trophy again. But likewise, Arsenal could lose 4-0 away to Madrid and give us an all-time laugh. Chelsea could get eliminated from the most pointless European competition to exist. We finish strongly in the league. We add another European trophy to the cabinet. Harry Kane wins 2 trophies, including the UCL.
Oh, God, grief. Well, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Nice little story time, though. Nice little.
Yeah. Someone sent me that. You know what? I just keep that, share it out to the people.
Dreaming is free. It is free.
Yeah,
it's manifesting, isn't he?
Doesn't cost a thing. This one came in earlier. They said, mark my words, Saeed will be hammering out before GTA 6.
When's GTA 6 coming out though? That's the real one.
Next year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so you're saying it's possible?
No. The real question is, when is GTA coming out? Like, I
True.
really want to
Calling
know.
Hammer into the car park.
Yep, it's true.
Yep.
Saeed, talk to us. Man United. Let's finalize with you, brother.
Yeah, bro. It's not looking good, man. I can't lie. That's 14 losses, not quite 17, but it could end 17. Still a few games left. I genuinely don't think we'll win many games to the season. I mean, Wolves are breathing down our necks. I mean, they're 3 points behind us, and we play them next. So, and they've won 4 games in a row, which is crazy to think. You know what I mean? I see Vitor Pereira in Weatherspoons and that having a laugh, and that it's crazy. So we are struggling, and the manager has made us worse. Like, and I don't mean that in a way that I want the manager out. I just mean that it's factually, Amrin has made us worse, and a lot of it is down to player quality. But I mean, tactically, 5 at the back, 7 at the back, and we're conceding goals, man. You know what I mean? We're meant to be having a lot of defenders out there, but Newcastle, when they stepped up the gears, I felt like for me they kind of bullied us, if I'm being honest with you. It felt like men against boys. When they started to really, really show and like basically try and bully us, you could see that they had levels, man. And yeah, man, Bruno, Tonali, it was an uphill task. I said 3-1. It was 4-1. But you know what it is, guys? It's the manner in which we get beat. It's a lot of individual mistakes, a lot of poor, I don't know, man, just second half didn't really turn up. It's poor, man. I'll be real with you, man. Like, ideally, I want them to get a window to kind of rectify what has happened this season. But ideally, I understand that if you get out the Europa League and you then end in a disaster season, there is a lot of pressure, man. You know what I mean? And there's people that have turned, there's people that want him out. I hear it because the results are, bro. I think the stats is that he's only won 6 Premier League games, you know, in 21, and them 6 wins, guys, yeah, are against Fulham, Leicester, Everton, yeah, like some of them are like, you know, Ipswich. They're not great teams, you know. 10 losses, you know. It's not great, man. I'll be real with you. Like,
it's fucking great. It's great.
Yeah,
I
know it is. I know it is. I know you're laughing. I know everyone's laughing.
Do you know why? You know why? Because you remember when all this started, the Ineos era and that, it's coming. Yeah. We've took your CEO, you know, big meetings at SAEED's gaff. The biryani was getting dished out. You know what I mean? They were all celebrating and that in the you know, the flag was out. Remember that little flag that you used to have? Yeah, and all that. We've got, this is the new era and that. And then went to Lisbon. City got slapped off Rimbaud. Have you seen our new manager? Have you seen what he's done to City? He's done Pep. Have you seen what's coming? The new era and all that. He's this, he's this, he's this, he's this. And yeah, it's this. He's come to this again. The car park again. I tell you what, you might as well get a job as a fucking car park attendant. You spend more time in the car park than the guy that fucking takes the tickets in the car park. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just this Ineos era. It's all bullshit. It's all lies and fucking shite. And like you say, Man United now have got to realise that, you know, this is what, the 13th season you've finished below Manchester City, the team that you laugh at, call us Little City in that 13 years. You know what I mean? I don't think that's you can run with that anymore. You've got to decide that. Stop telling everyone you're a big club. We're bigger than you. We know you're bigger than us. You sell more shirts than us, but it's embarrassing now. It's embarrassing. It's never going to end. There's going to be another cycle. We've had Van Gaal, we've had Mourinho, we've had Solskjaer, we've had fucking Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, but we won the FA Cup. We've won the Carabao. This is the standards it's dropped to. We've won a Carabao Cup. And now it's like, oh, maybe we can win a Europe. It's turned into the Europa League, what they used to laugh at. And you used to have banners mocking Liverpool winning the Europa League. It's now turned into a European trophy because they're in it. If anyone else was in it, it'd be the Thursday night Channel 5 bullshit cup that nobody cares about. Because they're in it, it's now a European trophy. We're going to win a European trophy. Nobody gives a fuck about that trophy. Nobody cares. You're Man United Football Club. Do you think Real Madrid are going to win the fucking, if they get in the Europa League? Do you think they're asked about the Europa League? Do you think Barcelona are going to win the Europa League? Do you think AC Milan want to win the Europa League? No, because they're embarrassed by it. But you lot, it's like, we're going to do it. We're going to win it. Remember when Pogba won it? Pog shit. Remember him? Yeah. That he's won us a UEFA Cup and all that. Fucking 100 million down the drain. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I was starting to feel sorry for United, but after Derby Day last week, I realised how much I truly can't fucking stand them. And I sat in that stadium and I looked round and I thought, yeah, these bastards, if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be all over me like a rash. So I thought, I'm feeling sorry for these. I hope Scruffy Jim bankrupts them. I hope the circus tent gets fucking built. I hope the circus clowns come to town. And I hope this is the end of Man United. And you can keep telling me in the DMs how big you are, because nobody gives a flying fuck anymore. You know what I mean? It's how bad you are you should be talking about. Not how big you are, how bad you are. It's all right being bigger, but we'll always be better now. This is it. Man United are finished. It's the end of the Reds. They're gone. They're finished now.
It's a power shift, isn't it?
It's gone. No, yeah, it's shifted. It's gone, mate. It's gone. It's finished.
Next season, there's always hope next season. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens.
It's the hope that kills you, Wade. It's the hope that kills you.
And you've got to have hope as a fan.
When you say there's hope next season, there isn't, because you're not going to challenge. So that's bare minimum. Yeah, but that's the only thing that Man United Football Club should be hopeful for, is challenging for a Premier League. If you're not challenging for a Premier League, you're not doing anything insignificant, really, for a club of your stature. Let's be honest.
How can a club of Man United's history and stature and all that go on? How can they be 14th in the Premier League? How can they be, if it wasn't for the shit that's below them, they'd be really in that mix, you know what I mean? No, it's really fucking bad, right? They've got the worst two strikers in the fucking league for me. Bar Southampton and Leicester, there's nobody else. You can't be an elite football club with fucking Hoyland and Squirksy as your main men. That ain't getting you nowhere. That is the reason.
Respect to Xerxes, man, and start giving him a bit
Xerxes
of
not bad. I like
There's no
Xerxes.
respect.
You know what I
He's
mean,
not
bro? Like,
getting any respect
and you
off it.
stop putting Xerxes alongside Hoyland, man, and Knight.
He's exactly the fucking.
Wait. Sorry.
It's exactly the same.
What do you mean? Can you stop doing it?
Hey,
what do you mean? Can you stop doing it? How many Premier League goals has he scored?
No. Forget the Premier League goals. Yeah, forget the goals.
Stop. What do you? No. Stop saying that. You can't come here and tell me.
goals.
You can't come here and stop it.
Bro,
You can't come here and stop calling
now,
other
we know
players
he's a striker.
average and
Is he a
this and
striker?
that. How many Premier League goals has he scored this season?
He's not scored a lot, but
How many? How many?
Give us a number, bro. Give us a number.
Because I'm going to
It's
check
not-
anyway.
when
Give
we
us a
have
number.
Xerxes in the football
How
team,
many goals
I'll
has he
be
scored
team,
this
yes or no?
season?
He's got 3 goals. 3 goals
Oh.
in 32 games.
So he's got 3 goals, but because
No, he's not a striker.
he's
No,
doing
he's a
some
striker.
pirouettes,
He's a striker. He's just not
because
great
he's
goal
doing
scorer.
pirouettes and he's
He's
combining
literally
well with
not a
players. That's good
striker.
enough.
I've just told you, right? He's not a striker.
So
He
what
plays
is
You
he?
can't
We
defend
don't want
him.
him to be a
You can't
striker.
defend him.
He
Wait,
plays in
so
the
what is he then?
He's a 10 in the system right now.
Even
we're not a 10.
3 goals
He's
for a
not
10
a
is bad
10.
as well, by the way. You
He's
know
not
that.
a 10.
Listen, in the system we are playing right now, he's a 10. That's
Yeah,
what he
but
does.
3
For you
goals
lot-
for one
for
of
you-
your front
for
3
you
players
lot
is still
to be
bad.
For you not to be football men, and I'm sure you are, you can't tell me that Xerxes and Hoyland are the same player. They're not.
Nobody
Xerxes-
said they're the same
Player, but both of them together offer you nothing. They offer you nothing.
Am I allowed to land my point?
No, you're not.
No, it's a shit
Wait,
point.
so
And then you can bash him, you can do whatever you want. It's cool. All I'm saying to you, when you see our system, and it's not great in a minute, I understand that. But we have balance up front with Xerxes. He allows others to play. We've seen it with Bruno Fernandes. We've seen it with others. He brings the ball up top, plays it in, links up well. He allows us to play a little bit of football. With Hoyland, there is nothing up front. There isn't. And again, I'm not trying to overgas it, but I just want you to please stop putting Hoyland and Xerxes together. 'Cause
Nobody's putting them together. They're
No,
both not
together.
together.
I said the front 2 players are not good enough. They're not good enough. Joshua Xerxes does not get in any of what
all I'm trying to say,
I
yeah, you
disagree.
can't be giving
I
Xerxes all
believe-
this like.
I believe Xerxes in a good system, when we have our team ready, he could be a valuable asset. I think he can.
He will be sold. He will be sold.
I genuinely
Amorim
think
will not keep him. Amorim will not keep him. He'll be
Saeed has
sold.
experienced. Saeed has experienced Andy Cole.
brother, we're not in the
Hold on,
Right,
hold on. Carlos
Oh my
Tevez,
God.
Wayne Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Ronaldo.
Van Persie.
We can keep going and going and going and going. Van Persie.
I'm listening
How,
right.
hold on. No, my point. I'm landing.
Yeah.
How do you, as a Manchester United fan that have witnessed
Yes.
forwards of that caliber,
Yes.
how do you settle for Xerxes because he can
I'm
link
not settling.
play? No,
I'm
you
not.
are. You are settling. You're settling.
First of all, we're not in the
You're
past.
settling.
So you lot keep telling me I'm History Channel. You lot keep saying I'm living in the past. We're not that yet. We haven't got that yet. Of course, I want to still keep getting in quality players. But you got to understand, this guy was voted Serie A, one of the Serie A's best players last year. Did a team of the season. You don't get in there for no reason. This is a good footballer we have here. It's not the goals that we're going to see from him. It's his overall play. Some people don't. They're not brilliant at goal scoring, but they have other qualities that they can bring to the team. And we've seen it with Xerxes. If you guys have been watching Xerxes for the past, I would say definitely a couple of months, yeah, he has been, for me, a benefit to what we've been trying to do. We have seen it.
Can I
We have
ask
seen
a
it. It's been
question?
amazing. We have seen qualities in Xerxes that the team has been showing. So
Can I
let's
ask a
not do
question?
it.
Can I ask a question? So the qualities we've seen, we already knew he could do that. He already came in to the Prem with some renowned level, not even renowned, some known quantifiable level of technical quality. But in the end of the day, he's a striker. You keep
He's not
telling
a
us that.
striker.
Wait, I let you land your point.
Okay.
You keep telling us that, oh my God, he's making your system better because he's actually playing competent football in comparison to the rubbish that he was serving up in the first half of the season, while still not scoring goals, while still not creating bucket loads of chances, right? While still not making your attack threatening. You then want us to give him props.
I didn't give him props.
No, wait. You just said sorry. Okay, scratch props.
Yeah.
You just said you went on a tirade around Romero saying he's bang average, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. So based off your way and ability to assess players, how can you then watch Joshua Zirkzee because he doesn't chase his first touch like Højlund or mess up as many of your attacks as Højlund. He's still not scoring goals. He's still not winning you games of football. He's still not consistent. So I don't really understand.
I think he has been over the past couple of weeks. Here's my point. My point was here not to defend Zirkzee to this level, by the way, because I believe the whole overall football club has been rubbish. So I don't want to really gas up too many players. Yeah. All I'm saying to you is please don't put Højlund and Zirkzee in the same bracket. That was my own point.
We will.
And then obviously we've gone to this argument. That's all it is. I believe if you've been watching football, Zirkzee in the system has done more than Højlund.
Right, but this season, your two main attacking threats that were signed to get you goals was Højlund and Zirkzee. Do you accept that?
No, not really. Not really.
No, they were both signed. Well, right, okay, so you've got Højlund last season, so you've signed Zirkzee for what? Just for his assist, nothing else?
I don't know. I didn't want Højlund. Like that.
No, but what I'm saying is you sign them two players as your strike force. That they're there to get you goals. And they don't get you goals. So that's what I'm saying. They're not good enough. Steve, you're never going to win the league with them two. You're never going to get in the top 4 with them two. You're never going to get in the top 6 with them.
We're not getting top 4 regardless.
It's like when
the team is not built for top 4. The team is not built for top 10. We're 14th because collectively we've been bad.
So he's not good enough then. He's not good enough.
I disagree. I think for me, in a team that is we're all together and we get all the pieces together, he could have a say in certain games and whatnot. He could provide.
The only players that are good enough for your team is Bruno Fernandes and Ahmed Diallo. They're the only 2 players that are worth the salt. The rest of them are fucking average. Bang average.
100%.
We are far from where we need to be. I ain't going to really gas up this
Dallo.
I think for me, ultimately, the manager and the board have got to get the players that's needed in the summer. I don't know how. Without Champions League football, it's going to be very, very difficult. I'll be honest with you. It is worrying. You know, we do need to win the Europa League. Personally, I don't think we're going to do it. It's worrying times, man. We have to see what they're going to do. Are they going to go buy young players like Delap, cheap alternatives, you know, and 30 million? Who knows? But it is worrying times, man. I'll be real with you. It is worrying times.
I'm going to fly through some super chats as well before we come to a close. Didn't think we were going to get into a Zirkzee debate, but there you are. That's the big 6 for you.
No, but he's got this agenda, and I don't think he watches.
No agenda. There's no agenda. He's
no agenda. Watch football with me fucking mince pies. Mince pies are bleeding watching him.
It's agenda.
I'm done.
Actually, last question before I go to super chat. Saeed, are you confident for Leon? Are you going through?
I'm not confident. No.
Why? Zirkzee starting. Why are you not confident?
Bro, again, you don't even watch it. He went off with a hamstring injury. He's done. He's done. So I'm not confident.
All right, you got him. You got me.
Bro, this guy, man.
Car park openings. You got to do it.
Is this actually true though? I don't know. Is this guy real or?
Oh my god. Yes, I was about to read this out. Chris says, "Hey Saeed, the company I work for brought a public car park and would be honored if you'd come to cut the ribbon for the grand opening. Big up the big 6."
If it is genuine, I'll do it.
That would be insane content if you did do that. So DM.
Yeah. Shout me, the big 6.
I spent the whole summer listening to Spurs fans telling me they got the second best team in the league. Damn, even Everton above them. Shaking my head, says Ghost Nathan. Sorry, Saeed, seeing this twice. Spurs lose to Forest. West Ham beat Saints. Wolves beat United. Spurs beat 17. United beat 16, equal with Wolves and West Ham, says Suj. Oh. Wow. Yeah. I remember one of the first shows of the season, the panel was pissing themselves about Squirtsy. 7 months later, he's United's second best player.
It was me on the first show when Squirtsy scored the goal against his first on his debut. I said, I'm going to call it now. I want School Thuggery to find the clip. The first show of the season, I said, I'm going to call it now. He's fucking shit. And he's now known as Dutch Tom Huddleston. I said that on the first show. So that's because I watched him with my fucking eyes and thought, he's wank. And I knew that Saeed would get that up and sit in the stand and start getting on his IRs because he's done a couple of flicks. Have you seen that meme when it says Man United fans when Anthony does a trick and that guy kicks the ball up in the old chair? That's him in that fucking stand. As soon as Squirtsy chests it and lays it off, he's like, whoa. Whoa! Did you see Squirtsy? He brought it down his chest and laid it off. He's starving, man. He's starving.
Can you not give another name? But that Squirtsy is too it's a bit too graphic, guys. Man.
It's already stuck. It's stuck. I'm not gonna lie. That's his name now. It's too late. It's too late, mate.
By the way, this Toby guy here chatting up about Xerxes. You know how much Solanke's got 7 goals this season.
Yeah, and I've been cussing Solanke. I don't think he's been. I think he's been terrible since he's come back from injury. I think he's been absolutely terrible. You saw my first impression. I think he's been since he's come back from injury. I think he's been terrible. That's the difference. He's on 7 goals in 23.
65 million, guys.
Exactly.
Why are we not talking about Solanke, guys? Why
talk about him? I want you to talk about him because the difference between me and you is I'm not going to make excuses. I could come here and be as disgustingly shameless as you and say, oh my God, but look at his link play, look at his hold up. I don't care about any of that shit right now. You're not scoring. He's got 1 goal since January. You think I'm going to come here and wax lyrical about his link play? Give me goals. Give me fucking goals. That's
Someone said Dominic no goal lucky.
Yeah, final super chat. Final super chat. Brother Saeed, anyone is better than Hoyland. He's shy. Chuck Onana in there. He'll be better. Hell, you might concede less with Onana at striker as well. Not a great week for Onana. Benched against Newcastle. Embarrassed against Lyon. He'll probably be back on Thursday. Matic on the bench, laughing his head off.
Next show, I want to talk about Lenny. Big Lenny at the back. Big Lenny needs talking about. I want to talk about Lenny. Yeah. I want to talk about Lenny.
Thierry Henry's on him as well. Thierry Henry's on him.
I'm actually leaving this show, you know, because
leave it.
Shut the door on the way out. Shut the door on the way out and go to the car park.
Lenny, how dare you? Steve, don't fall for the media narrative, man.
I'm not falling for the media. I've told you, I watch football with my eyes. Big Lenny's not doing it. He's making my eyes bleed. He's making my eyes bleed.
Been playing well. Come on, guys, man.
You're getting beat 4-1. He didn't play that well. You got beat 4-1. He didn't play that well.
I'm not gonna lie. Henry's analysis was damn right disgraceful. I'm sorry.
Disgraceful, man.
I don't know what point he was trying to make tonight, but that was a joke.
That was a joke, man.
That was ridiculous.
Lenny Sorrow, someone said in the chat.
That was ridiculous. I've never seen anyone analyze why someone's looking in the direction of the linesman.
He's a tool, man.
It didn't make no sense.
I'll celebrate his record. F him.
That was wild. That was such a weird segment. Guys, we have a call-in show on Friday. The time is not nailed down just yet because we're seeing if TURKISH can be back from Madrid because he's got definitely be on that. He's got to be on that if Madrid win. If Arsenal win, we need to be hearing from him on the call-in, I'm sure. So look, we'll confirm the time, but just make sure you got your notifications on. Make sure you're subscribed, and you will figure out and find out the time. The Discord link is pinned in the comments. If you want to be in the call-in, if you want to join Discord, membership is there for you to do that. If you just want to watch, then it will be there. Guys, it's been a hectic show. As always, much fun. Big up your damn selves. It's been a pleasure, boys. And we will see you on...
the prediction table, has it changed? I don't think it's changed, has it?
Yeah, I didn't really want to talk about that. I don't really know if it's been updated.
Oh. Whoa. Hold on a minute. How's it level? What's happened this week?
I don't know if that's been updated. Is it? It's game week 32. Is that game week 32?
Yeah, I think that's been updated, man.
Oh, well.
How's it level? What have I done?
Man's gone to Madrid and just done shenanigans with the predictions. And
man, we have to, VAR check on that one. I can't lie.
Definitely the VAR check.
VAR check on that one, mate.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna concede the race. I'm going to be doing the forfeit. I'm not coming back from this. Yeah. So pray for me. It's done. It's wraps. We're not coming back. 20 times playing football, the slot way. There you go. No way. No, there is a better way to end it, but unfortunately, that's the way we're going to end it. Liverpool win the league, and Arnie Slot handles business. So until next time, big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.